Everybody, welcome to another fantastically fun vlog. It is June 2nd, 2025 when I'm filming this. It is 5:49 p.m. and that is my absolutely lovely, beautiful wife back there. So these get long, this one particularly, so we do time codes and chapter stops. So look for the gaps in the red bar under the play, the play bar, or open the description below. Look for the big list of blue numbers. Watch what you don't, skip around, however you want to do it, up to you. We got a lot of cool stuff in this one though. We are going to start off doing a cooking section of something that's kind of easy, but also turns out pretty awesome. And then we're going to revisit the greatest, happiest place on earth a few times, because Azur is back, baby. But how back are they? Watch the vlog and find out. Mary and I do some awesome junk food taste testing. We are reviewing Karate Kid Legends and Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning and the last arc of Andor. And we're doing some fun unboxings, including something we haven't done in a vlog before. Boxes you used to see, so that was kind of fun. Kyber crystals, Disney pins, and we make a pretty good cocktail. So it's gonna be a fun one. Let's get to it. All right, let's do some cooking. We're gonna do something kind of easy here. I'm kind of doing some fridge cleaning. Let me just tell you. Okay, so I prepped a bunch of veggies I was gonna grill up for a cookout, and that's the day I got sick, like just a head cold. I'm pretty much over it now. But I'm gonna go ahead and grill up a bunch of these onions and this hot pepper stuff. We'll get to that in a second. I also grabbed these chorizo sausages from Kroger the other day, which seemed like a good idea. I do have some sausage rolls that are still pretty good. So we're gonna make basically a nice chorizo sausage. Now, kind of a couple of things we're gonna do is, so I diced up, I don't know, maybe 10 habaneros, 5 jalapenos, and 6 or so serranos. So we're gonna grill a bunch of that up for a very spicy topping. I have 2 containers full of sweet onion, just kind of rough diced, that we're gonna grill up. So that'll be toppings on there. I also think I might put some of this corn on here because I'm thinking about doing a little elote sauce, which will take some mayonnaise, a little bit of sour cream, dash of hot sauce. I'll go with that since we're doing Mexican style here, and a little lime juice. And then also we'll hit it with a little bit of a cojita cheese. It's kind of a crumbly, sharp cheese. And this is optional if you don't want to use it. I'm gonna do some cilantro. I've still got some in here that's still pretty good. I might just go ahead and mix that into my elote sauce. That's basically the plan. I'm gonna cook up all 4 chorizos. I may only have 1. They're a little heavy. I might have 2, I don't know. So that's the plan. So we got a bunch of stuff to do here. Nothing too crazy, but it's gonna take a few minutes. So let's get on with starting off with the onions. So let's get some heat. Let's get some oil in a pan here. Hopefully this pan's big enough. We got a lot of onions coming in, so I don't know, a couple tablespoons of oil roughly. Normally I like doing my onions in butter. Do about a medium high to get started. But I think this is gonna be a little bit better in oil, and in hindsight, maybe I should have grabbed the avocado oil. That might have been more interesting. I got a little bowl to put the onions in when we're done. I guess I can get the corn prepped while we're waiting on that to heat up. If there's nothing else, I should use the corn. I should probably eat the corn on the side, honestly, is like what I don't use on the dog. We might also throw tahini on this. I don't know. You could do other cheeses. You could do some cream cheese in there. Melty cream cheese would be probably pretty good, but I think that might overwhelm my chorizo, and I don't want to take my heat down. I am looking for something very spicy today, is my plan. I guess I do need to drain this corn because I don't want the juices. Yeah, sure. In which case, oh crap. I didn't get the lid completely off here. Sorry. Yeah, this is kind of a last minute figuring out what I'm doing things, so I'm a little in a place of, oh, this is a Southwest corn with poblano and red pepper in it. I would have used regular corn, but I don't have any. So again, that's what I'm rocking. I'm just putting it in a small pot. We'll heat that up in a little bit. That shouldn't take a whole lot. So I'm basically doing kind of a cheater elote is sort of the plan here. I have that ready. I got a grill pan over here. go ahead and get my onions ready to rock and roll. I got this plated paper towel and a plate for draining some draining some grease off the chorizos when they come off the heat eventually. And yeah, okay. Once we kind of get the onions going, we'll work on making, I'm just gonna make a small batch of the elote sauce. I don't wanna make too much. So I'm following somebody else's recipe. It's a fairly simple, common recipe. I guess I'm gonna want something to mix that in. I'm gonna get that together. I'll just use one of those. Yeah, heat's looking pretty good there. I'm gonna take that down just a little bit. And the oil is just about starting to shimmer. And let's get some onions going. Oh, splatter. Maybe I should get an apron. These will shrink down, so I should be all right in this pan. I got some big ones, some small ones, just variety of bite. That's what I was going for. Try to get these in some oil here. It's a little bit trickier going in the beginning, of course, because I don't want to slop everything out of the pan. But as they start to cook down, it'll be a lot easier to move these around. I'm a little under a medium-high on a gas stove. We'll also try to get some salt into these at some point. I want to get a nice little coating of oil as best I can here to start. Just see these things glisten a little bit. Okay. And then real quick, let me salt them up a bit. I need to replenish my salt. So draw some of the moisture out. Stir that in. Already smells good. Oh yeah. Yeah, I could have made these a little smaller, but I kind of want them to be good for burgers and dogs. And once I feel like I've got everything fairly well coated, lost one, crap. We'll just let them do their magic for a minute. Okay. We shall let those get to work while I start working on the elote sauce. Okay. Let me actually move this out of the way until we're ready for it. All right, we got some sour cream that's never been opened. It's past its sell-by, but it's never been opened, so I think it's gonna be fine. A little plate to get my lime together here. Loosen the juicing. There we go. So hopefully this is still good. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's fine. All right, what am I needing here? Mary. Shit. Okay, I think I can do this. She asked me to check on something, sorry. She knows I just started cooking. You got a full tray of AA and about half a tray of AAA. Okay. So 1.5, 2.5 tablespoons. So we want 2.5 tablespoons of mayonnaise, 1.5 tablespoons of sour cream, 1 teaspoon of hot sauce, 2 medium limes juiced. Oh. Okay. I got a plan for that. Let's give these onions a nice little moving around here. Let me actually get another lime. Go ahead and put that thing away. If I got a smaller lime, I'll get a bigger lime. We'll balance it out. And we'll actually go ahead and juice them. Juicing the limes. Okay. That's good. And getting there. I also feel like this is probably one of those do it to taste dealies. And one more to go. Kind of surprised it takes this much lime juice. But that'll help liquefy it a bit, make it a nice, more like a actual workable sauce. We might be able to drizzle after all, we'll find out. I don't really have a plan for that. Okay. Now where will we? Little spoon. 2.5 on the mayo, huh? All right, there's about 1. A little bit more. Yeah, I'd say it's a healthy 2. And then we will get a half. A touch more since we are losing some in the transfer. There we go. Rinse out. Rinse and wipe. Just trying to cut down on transference here. About ready to stir up those onions a little bit. You can already see they are shrinking down. Do that in Oh yeah, they're starting to get nice and soft and yummy down there. And a little easier to work around the pan too. Flatten them back out for more pan contact. I figured these might end up taking a little while, that's why I haven't started the sausages yet, because those sausages will take 12 to 16 minutes. All right, now we want 1.5 of the sour cream. Oh, come on, not now. God damn it. What's catching, huh? What the heck is catching? Nice. Oh, this asshole is falling all the way out the side. Ay, ay, ay. All right, 1.5 of the sour cream. A little bit more in there. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty good. Okay. Half. Sure. All right. Okay. All right, those are good. I am not going to put this much lime juice in there. That's just way too much lime juice. I did about half of what I juiced, roughly, eyeballing. You need a teaspoon of hot sauce. Good enough. Don't mind if it's got a little extra dash in there. And you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and put some cilantro into this. The cilantro doesn't have a whole lot of life left in it. Yeah, for that, that's probably good. All right, let's mix that up with. Start. Should have made a bigger bowl. Yep. Didn't slosh out too bad. It's coming together. Taste that. Yeah, I did not need the rest of that lime. Nice and tart, tangy, delicious. I'm good with that. Set that aside, I can wait. Let's check on my onions. Oh yeah, starting to get some caramelization now. Beautiful. I'm obviously making way more than I need, but I mean, I'm just going to set these aside. You can kind of reheat some up later. Our medium low, 12 to 16 minutes. Once we're ready, which we are not quite ready. Okay. All right, we'll go ahead and get a bun out. I'm gonna try and stick to just one of these. I really should for the diet. And I guess I can eat the rest of the corn, you know? Or throw some of the pepper mash into the corn and then, shouldn't call it pepper mash, that is something different. Oh, that one is moldy. Shit, how are the others? No, I think the others are okay. These have been sitting around for a while, but they're still remarkably soft. Shockingly soft. So let's just make sure I get one that's not problematic. Yeah, this guy's good. That's just flour. Cool. Let's see. Just that guy that's moldy? It's just that guy. Let's just get rid of him. Maybe I can have a second use out of these real quick. We'll leave him there for now. We'll come back to dealing with that later. Onions. Oh yeah, they're starting to really get where I want them now. I like mine kind of well done. Okay, we're doing okay here. Probably should have cooked my corn in the liquid and then drained it, honestly. Guess I don't really need to cook it. I'm mostly just heating it up. I probably should just throw it in a bowl. I've already used the thing now. To microwave. All right, let me put these ingredients back away. Just get them out of the way. All right. Honestly, that's probably good on the cilantro. Good. I was really worried I'd wait too long and this stuff would ruin it. I'd say those onions are pretty close. We're gonna do the peppers just in the same pan because I don't mind my peppers having onion. I was gonna do it separately when it was for guests in case some people didn't want that onion flavor in there, but I do. Just thinking through the next couple of steps here, because like I said, I kind of came in here without a real plan. Also, I'm gonna use one of these for my crema drizzle. All right, how we doing here, guys? Oh yeah. Getting real close. that's what I should do. Okay, let's do this. All right, we're done over here until we plate. So let me see if I can get you an angle over here so we can actually start getting these dogs cooked up, or sausages, rather. But you can kind of still see what I'm doing. Hold on, let me adjust even more. Let's get some more height. Ugh. Sorry for the shakiness. Bear with me while we adjust the angle here. This will also help keep splatter off. Boom. That works pretty well. So we want a medium-low heat on this. It's a non-stick pan, so I don't got to worry about greasing it or nothing. We'll let that come up to temp, and then we'll throw the dogs on. I think we're about ready to pull the onions off. Almost. Maybe just a smidge more on it, some of it. Just a little bit longer. But like I said, mine are well done. These could come off now, but I want to try to get a little bit more brown on more of it. I'm gonna go ahead and do like a medium low on this just to kind of warm the corn up a little. Should be okay with that since it's medium low. Oh, you can't really see the corn. Well, I was just saying I'm leaving that kind of laying on the side, but it's close. All right, I think those onions are probably A-okay. Nice. All right, let's get these puppies into a bowl. Sorry, this won't quite be on camera. Do as best I can for you. Beautiful. Back on the heat. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Let's see here. I'll clean that off just a little. Don't worry about getting it perfect. That's the purpose. All right, let's get a little more oil back in there. Not as much this time. Got it on the pan. Let that heat up a bit. Bring this pan in, see if we can get my thing up here. Because suddenly I got a little bit worried about the air quality with the hot peppers. Take that down to a low because I'm getting a little smoke out of there. All right, let's go ahead and get the sausages on. Still gonna get an angle? Yep, still gonna get an angle. All right. Come on, guys. One. Oh, I didn't know there was this many. Crap. was thinking there was only 4 in here. I didn't know there was 5. I'll readjust them here in a second. Come on. Echo, set timer for 16 minutes.
16 minutes. Starting now.
Ah, wonderful. Okay. Alright, that oil should pretty much be good to go. Move my onions out of the way here. Oh yeah, that oil is smoking. Shit. Woo! I, of course, left as many seeds in as I could to maintain a bunch of heat because I do want this to be a pretty spicy blend. That's all I'm going to get out of there. I want a little more oil. That seems to be soaking it up pretty good. Give that a little salt. Corn. This should go a lot faster than the onions. I want to soften it up. I want to get a little char going on it. Oh yeah, that smells very good, but it smells hot. Safety's sake, I can put nothing down there so it'll be confused. Alright. Okay, alright, we're coming together here pretty good. Trying to make sure I got it nice and mixed up as we're in the pan too. I kind of tried to mix it as I put it in the container. Once I did the habaneros, I put on gloves. So then as I was kind of putting it all in, I was kind of doing this in the container to mix it all up. Looks like I did a pretty good job. Alright, we may do a little bit of a flip on these dogs. Or actually, I was thinking about flipping them twice each, every 4 minutes. Nah, we'll just let them go. Let them go 8 and 8, or 6 and 6, or 8 and 4. I hear them sizzling down there a little bit. Of course, one problem is this grill pan is not going to be as evenly heated. So we're going to have to keep our eye on that. bad. Yeah, I like what's happening here. Alright, coming along nicely. I've also got a bunch of black beans. I was just thinking, could mix some of this leftover corn and the black beans and the peppers and the onions, and I mean, that's a pretty nice little side dish right there. Getting there. We've had the sausages on for about 6 minutes so far. Hindsight, maybe I should have thrown a little sugar into those onions, sweeten them up a hair. But I'm alright that I didn't. It's fine. Got salt. Oh yeah, I see some of these peppers getting a char now. Feeling pretty good about it. We'll be flipping the sausages here in just a minute. Less than a minute, honestly. I'm being more accurate. I feel like all the poblano has disappeared out of this corn. I only see red in here. I don't see any green. I know there was poblano when I put it in there. It's fine. We got enough peppers going on. I'm not that worried about that. Alright, we are at a good time to start flipping these. Oh yeah, they need probably much longer. I don't know why they want me to go so slow. I'm going to take that heat up. Okay. Take the heat up to like a medium. Yeah, this is starting to look pretty good. Would like to get a little softer. Getting there. Getting so close, which is good because I'm getting pretty hungry. Mary's grocery doing Costco run, so that's why she's not here right now. Plus, this is not going to be her jam at all, really. Upgrading my phone. It was pretty much time. The screen protector was peeling off. The battery was going to hell. The peppers are getting pretty close here. I also have some bell peppers I need to do this too, but I'm not doing it in the video because I got beer brats and that might be tomorrow's dinner. Yeah, I'm glad I turned on the fan. The smoke on this stuff is a bit potent to inhale. All right, we got about 4.5 minutes. And then we build. And then we eat. And then I probably go poop a bunch because I'm eating so much raw jalapeno. I mean habanero. TMI, too bad. Honestly, it's not raw though, is it? So maybe it won't be a big problem. Sorry, I'm still decongesting a little bit for that cold. We're mostly over it at this point. All right, I think these peppers might be about ready. I don't want to burn. Yeah. All right. Pile it up to kind of keep the heat. Smoking. I guess I got a dribble of oil. Oh yeah, I guess when I took the onions out, dribbled down the pan a little. That's okay. That's not going to be a problem. It'll work itself out. And take the heat off this one too. There was a little bit of liquid left in here, so I think that kind of helped as I was moving it through. Just to warm this up some. This guy is going to need more time. This guy maybe too. I think these guys can come off first and be great. That guy's smaller, so he's probably going to be okay. We got about 2.5 minutes. I could temperature these and make sure, but you know what? It's fine. And other than chicken, a little bit of raw anything ain't going to really kill you. Restaurants have to be better about it because they can be legally liable. I'm only liable for myself here. Oh, by the way, that is not legal advice. Don't hold me liable. Make Dad jealous here a little bit. What, you didn't get the corn photo? You got the corn photo. We got about a minute left to pull the main ones. Getting pretty excited about it though. Guess I'll do grilled onions under the sausage. So we'll put the sausage in, then we'll crema, then we'll corn and peppers and cojita and maybe tahini. It says like chili of lime or something. It's like, that's tahini, I believe. It's basically lime chili. Guess I can go back and think about it. Chili con limon seasoning. So yeah, it's chili lime seasoning. That's tahini. Oh. Echo. Dismiss. Let's check out this guy. Yeah, it looks pretty good on that side. Let me give it just a little hair here. That guy's looking pretty good. That guy got pretty nice and grilled up, actually. You know, maybe we will actually temperature check. Okay, maybe not. Oh, yeah, here's the thermometer. Alright, what am I looking for on pork? How about a, alright, 155, 165. Can I go in here? Pretty under. We'll take the heat up a little bit. We're gonna let these guys go a little longer, honestly. I was thinking the insides and some of the side areas don't look as done. Get them on the hotter parts here. I'm getting excited. Now I don't know how long I gotta wait. We're gonna echo. Set timer for 4 minutes.
4 minutes, starting now.
I think that should be good. Actually, I could probably use, I don't have any water, do I? I got some cold ones out in the cooler from the cookout. I'll be right back. Y'all enjoy the ASMR of, actually, should be good on that. Enjoy the sound of sizzling meat. Take that up to somewhere between medium high and medium. I'll be right back. groovy. Yeah, those are starting to look pretty good. Also, I really can't hear the sizzle too much over the music bed, baby. See some air happening in the casing. Coming along nicely though. I'm still reading like a 120, man. That is up from where I had it. Maybe that's why you want it low and slow so you don't overchar the outside. I desperately, admittedly need to work on my grilling skills, particularly outdoor grill, because I don't really futz with that, and I should. Echo, stop. Echo, set timer, 4 minutes.
4 minutes, starting now.
Let's see if that gets us there. I know I'm also not quite getting my thermometer in correctly, but I can also kind of eyeball and tell these guys still need a little bit more time. I'm gonna say at the end of this 4-minute timer, they're done. And I'm not worried about the guys on the edge being a little underdone because they're gonna go in a bag later and get microwave, heated back up on a microwave probably, so they'll finish them off. I am excited to go here though. Oh, come on. I got a good feeling about it now. Oh yeah. Okay, I might have waited too long. Echo, stop. Oh yeah, that guy is very cooked. This guy's very cooked. Yep, that one looks pretty good. This guy's just a second here. But yeah, baby. Definitely making Dad jealous. What did he say? He's doing chili dogs. Just kind of half read that. Okay, well, while we give that a minute, I'm gonna readjust this camera so we can have it back over here for plating. I can pull you. We don't need to be this high. We need to be this high. No idea if that's a good look or not. We're gonna find out when I come back around and see what I'm shooting. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Yeah, I think those are good. Get you in here. Get you right there. Beautiful. All right. Echo. Dismiss. All right, now let's get a good angle for the plating. Should work right there. Okay. And we got our bun, which probably I should have steamed or something, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead and load up some onions down in here. Nice heaping portion. A little more on the end here. Maybe a little more on the front end too. Good. That looks pretty good. That one's for the chef. Tastes pretty good. All right, let's get a sausage in here. I'm thinking of this guy. Boom. Might have put a few too many onions in, but we're okay. We're okay. Hopefully the bottom is holding. Oh yeah, the bottom is holding. All right, let's do some of this crema. Oh crap, I just made a big old mess. Still trying to make a big old mess. Shit. Yeah, it's working. I'm going to be very careful with an actual spoon here. I know non-stick shouldn't do this, but I got a big pile I can work from. Okay. Same deal here. I'm gonna get a little thing for some corn. Well, there's definitely some heat coming out of that. Ooh. Yeah, that is heat. And some coquita. Let's crumble some off here. Kind of crumbling on the dog. That should be good. And then why not? Let's just go for it. Let's go all the way. Light dusting of tahini. Just a little. Beautiful. That looks pretty awesome. I do say so myself. Cool. All right, hopefully you got good photos. All right, let me get you in close. Or actually, let me, yeah, all right, I'll be right back. Yeah. I think this is gonna be pretty doggone tasty. Haha, see what I did there? Smells really good. All right, let me come back so I can eat it and thumbnail. Oh boy. Lighting is not great right now. It's too bright outside. All right, I'm gonna take my wedding ring off, because this is gonna be a messy boy, I can already tell. And we're gonna try to figure out how the hell to get in here. We're gonna have to Guy Fieri hunch for sure. So far so good, but it was mostly just bun and chorizo. I'm gonna get in here with a real bite. That's pretty good chorizo, it's not bad. And the lime from the crema is pretty good. This should be more of a real bite, let's go. Oh, there's some heat. My lips are burning. Oh, that all plays really well together. The nice, almost butteriness of the onions, a little pop of the corn, the heat from all those peppers, the zest from the crema, and a little bolster and a little saltiness from the cojitas there. Oh yeah. Oh, this is awesome. Mercury, everything's kind of falling off and going everywhere. Yeah, I would definitely do this again. Whew. The habaneros are really kicking in, man. Oh yeah. I mean, you could just go simple onions and the chorizo, it's gonna be great, but I think all this extra stuff made it look cool and definitely gives it more variety in its flavors. And the heat from those peppers is building. Yeah, the corn really wants to fall off. I probably should have put it more under the pepper relish. Oh, that's really good. That's really good. I'm very proud of myself. I did not have a plan starting today. It's like, I need to cook something. That pepper relish and the onions will go great on a burger too. We still have some cookout burgers left over, so I'll probably do that for myself at some point. I do keep running into a thing though, where I'm not biting clean through the sausage casing. That's also kind of pulling everything out of the bun. That's really good. trying to hold it together and keep everything from slopping out. I really like the elote sauce on here. I think that's the real surprise for me. And that was a last minute thing. I'm like, I can't just saute onions and put them together with sausage. I gotta make something. So and that was so easy to make. I always have limes and mayo and usually have sour cream, so, and of course I always got hot sauces. Oh, that's really good. Mary would hate this. No way could she eat this. But me, yeah. As a matter of fact, I just did. Shoot. We can go away. I wanted. Whew. Oh yeah. You know, I can definitely taste the habanero. That sort of orangey citrus heat. At least I'm gonna drop one corn kernel on the floor. Oh. I'm calling that a smashing success. Kind of want another one. I shouldn't though, because the sausage links for like 250 calories, the bun's like 200. There's 450 right there. Don't know how much the crema added. Peppers, onions, and corn barely add anything, but I guess the cajita probably, even that little bit was probably like an extra 50 calories or something. I gotta start paying more attention to this stuff, especially now that I gotta get back on working out our beach pods. Mine particularly. That was delightful. Now, I got a big old mess to clean up, but that's okay. I don't have anything else to do today except most of the vlog and trailers. So I am about to go do that. Ooh, see you later. It's happening!
Yeah. Nice.
Guess where we're going? Azur Part 2. So yeah, after all this time, I don't know all the details, but I know Chef Jeremy Ashby sold out his part of this restaurant to the other owners, all in goodwill, because he's still all part of the family. He's just focusing on the catering arm, which the owners are also part of. And then they got a new head chef, Nathan, I want to say Vasquez, but I'm going to meet him and learn him. Vasquez maybe. But then they announced that our friend Taylor, she is going to be the general manager, so that's awesome. And we know the best part is Chef Otter is back as a sous chef, and he's getting to be happy and loving his work again. So we're going to film some of this. I already know the menu. I've been in the know for a while because I'm Mr. Special Pants. But I'm very excited to get over there. New cocktails sound good. New dishes sound good. Old dishes sound good. We have a 6 o'clock reservation. It's 5:56, but I mean, it's us. It's fine. Exciting times. Oh yeah, the return. Oh, I'm excited. I see Taylor. I see Bernie. I see Taylor. Woohoo! Very excited is how we are. Okay, it's not a full menu tonight. It's only mildly disappointing. But I'm still very excited to try all of this. I'm just bummed we can't come on the first Sunday. We'll have to get back on Sundays after this Sunday because we got a cookout. But still, I'm excited. There's so many dishes here I've been wanting to try. And some on this.
Here's your one.
Oh, yeah.
We have the Kim Crawford.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll just go back to my old Kimmy K, Kimmy C. The real question is, what do they have for this picky man right here? And we have the popcorn. We just met Chef Nate. He seems awesome. Oh my God, we have a celebrity. We have a very famous inbound on the vlog. I'll be back. Sorry, we had to catch up. So I got wine. What did you get, Mary? What was your cocktail?
Trouble in Paradise.
Trouble in Paradise. What is it though?
Oh, Jesus.
Meanwhile, the popcorn has homemade popcorn, chorizo butter, crispy Bitten's country ham, Nana's fried corn, and garden fresh chives in honor of Chef Popcorn.
You got your photo?
No, I didn't get a photo. And on our chef popcorn, it's all the foods he would love. It's like a dish he would have tried to make. So I think that's just a beautiful thing to have on the menu. And there we go.
Do you all have thoughts on the first course? Do you want to wait a few minutes?
We have thoughts, but I probably need a minute or two because I'm still, I don't know. I want them all. So.
Yeah, for sure.
We do each get one though, right?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure. So that makes a difference too. Awesome.
Well, I'll give you all a few minutes and enjoy the popcorn.
Thank you so much. We're about to. Thank you. Oh, we haven't even cheers, by the way.
Happy Wednesday.
Wednesday. Happy return of Azur. We're about to.
Like Nathan?
Yeah, he seems really cool.
Yeah, he seems pretty neat.
He's got me excited about some
Reminds me of
things.
Jeremy when he was at aChorizo.
Yeah, there's a similar
20
vibe.
years ago is when Jeremy, or 18 years ago,
Where was he before?
he's been at Gene Ferris and Airline.
Ireland?
Okay.
I heard good things about Ireland.
Oh, it's a nice restaurant.
Yeah. Never been there, but I've heard good things.
All right, let's get into something good.
I don't know how this is going to work.
Yeah, I'm not sure how this is supposed to be.
It's popcorn. I think you just kind of need to use your hands.
It's too sticky.
Well, I don't mind using my hands. All right, I'm going to turn around. Sorry. Well, I'm going to get his.
Did you want me to give you the actual description?
Oh, yeah, if you want in a second, but I also wouldn't mind seeing. Go ahead, give me the description. He's still serving.
Trouble in Paradise, absolute vanilla vodka, passion fruit liqueur, passion fruit puree, and coconut milk.
Interesting. I am game to give that a try in a second, though. I'll wait till I turn the camera around on me. I'm going to see what this man right here thinks.
I hope this is going to be eaten hot, because
Well,
All right.
welcome to Eating Azur with Eric. You can have more on Friday, so we're just going to get in there. I'm going to use my hands unless you care.
I think I'm going to...
I couldn't be scooping. I just want to get some with my hands. Yeah, I don't think it's supposed to be eaten with hands. But I got some ham and bacon and corn and popcorn.
That bacon is awesome.
The bacon, despite the chorizo butter, the seasoning from the, the saltiness of the ham. I love the corn kernels in popcorn. That's awesome. Yeah. You sure you got enough? Because I might actually just work out of the bowl. Oh man. Oh, that's fantastic. Dude, if they served this at like Regal or something, I would be Tom Cruise and I'd eat 2 buckets through a movie. Trying to get my, no, she hasn't got a good. That's really good. Popcorn, I'd be very, very proud. That's fantastic. All those flavors. We're back. We're back, baby. All right, we got to get a reservation for Friday before everybody else gets on this game. I'm now going to still Mary's cocktail. Not necessarily flavors I would typically like myself, but let's go for it. Actually, I'm not really getting the coconut. Does it come on the back end? A little bit. That's pretty damn good. I should not be surprised. It's Gail, who is magic at the bar the way Otter is magic in the kitchen. Actually, I quite like that. Popcorn was phenomenal, by the way. Oh my god, this looks so good. So I got the deviled salmon cakes, which is pan-seared and served with blood orange Gelee? G-E-L-E-E. I'm unfamiliar with that word. I'll have to learn it. Citrus segments, roasted red pepper aioli, and arugula greens. Oh, Mary got the crispy Brussels sprouts, blistered Brussels sprouts, topped with orange blossom gastrique and grated Parmesan. So that's definitely a little different than they were before, but it sounds amazing. Yeah, I got the Spanish Caesar, chopped romaine tossed in manchego cheese, which is like my 3rd favorite cheese. Caesar dressing and topped with anchovy crisps. And Dad and I have made a reservation to come back Friday night. And I'm gonna try this, and it's gonna be delicious. And I meant to tell you this on camera earlier. We realized that the very last food we had in the restaurant here was a dessert that had popcorn on it to honor popcorn. And the first food we had on our return was the popcorn dish. So that's just amazingly cool. This camera wanted to rock itself off the thing. Oh, how's the Caesar? I didn't even...
Very good.
I forgot that. I forgot that people... Did you get your photos? Okay, I'm just that slow. I got all my photos. I got all my stuff. So far, so great. That popcorn dish is amazing, dude. So do you.
Yeah, that's why I get along with the chef.
Yeah, working on. I love Lenny. Lenny's back. Did you guys notice? Okay. What did you think?
It's pretty good. Go ahead and try some.
I would like to try one because I want to see how that. I'm looking for one that definitely has some of the gastrique on it. A little cheese, maybe. Did you want to try one of them? Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, I don't think my first piece had much of that gastric on, but I think this piece did.
Yeah.
That was very good.
That is so good. Like the saltiness of the Parmesan in there with that and the sweetness. If you got a clean fork, or even if you got... Here, I got a clean... Yeah. She's more... Yeah.
Very different than before.
Oh, yeah, I would say it's somewhat different. Hopefully you got one with the orange gastrique on it. You got the eyebrows. That's very good. All right, now I don't... Yeah.
I like this better than before.
He likes it better than before. I think it maybe had, or I may be confusing things, but Jeremy's, like... Not hot pepper honey. What was it? The roast... Oh, my God. What was the thing he kept almost bottling?
It was like a sweet heat.
Yeah, it was like a sweet heat. It came with the calamari fries, whatever. I'm gonna try this gili, which is what again? Blood orange, which I'm not a huge fan of blood orange, but so it's definitely very jelly-like. Good flavor. Roasted red pepper aioli looks fantastic. I don't recognize. That's good. That's subtle. That's good. Let's try this salmon cake. Just a little bit on its own. It's going to have some of the aioli with it, but I'm not sure I've ever had a salmon cake, actually.
I like salmon cakes. They're very good. But that just looks like such a small portion.
Well, considering it's technically an appetizer, so I imagine I guess, I could be wrong, but I'm thinking when it's the appetizer serving and not the prefix version, there's probably 2 or 3 cakes on there. Because yeah, if you just, that would be a little weird if it was just the one cake as an appetizer. That's very good. Let's try to get in with a little bit of everything. Little aioli, little blood orange stuff. That's very good. I didn't try his Caesar, but I gotta say I think I like the Brussels sprouts even more. I mean, still, this is excellent. Get some dressed greens here. I think it's like grapefruit and mandarin.
For me, Brussels sprouts are a one note. You know, by the time you finish the bowl, you're tired of it.
It could be a little one note having the whole bowl, but what makes that for me is the orange gastrique and then the saltiness of the Parmesan. It does bring some flavors. And some of those are going to be more dressed than others, so one of those fruits is very bitter, and I didn't like it. Or was it the greens? No, it's just arugula. Probably the grapefruit. I don't think I'm a grapefruit fan generally. Yeah, the oranges are good. This is still very good. Actually, no, whatever that is, that's the bitter ones. The grapefruit that's not bitter. Grapefruit's fine. I'm not sure what fruit that is, but it's kind of bitter at the back end. Blood orange.
Yeah, blood orange is not a sweet orange.
It starts a little sweet, then it gets very bitter. So I said, I'm just not typically a fan of blood orange. I probably should have brought microphones. I wasn't anticipating it being all super loud tonight. But, oh well.
So is
Salmon
that
cake's
spicy?
very good. Not at all. Would you like to try it? No, it's roasted red pepper, like red bell pepper. Aioli. If that's
Well,
what
when
you
it
were.
says devil, that would
Oh, deviled, it's more, like deviled egg. By all means, help yourself. It's very good with the aioli. It's pretty good with the gili? Gili? I'm not sure how that word is.
not bad for salmon.
Yeah, she's not a salmon fan either.
Yeah.
But I will have to agree. The Brussels sprouts, this is very good. I'd get it again, but I'd be more inclined to get the Brussels sprouts. Oh, this looks so good. These are smaller portions because of the menu tonight. Dad and I did get our reservation. Mary may join us Friday. So Mary, well, before he digs in, there's the tagliatelle
alla vodka.
alla vodka. It is from Lexington pasta, tagliatelle, tossed in a silky sauce of fresh tomatoes, onions, garlic, vodka, heavy cream, and a garden fresh herbs, topped with grated Parmesan cheese. Oh, now I extra regret it because I saw the face. I haven't seen that. I have not seen that face on a single restaurant we've gone to yet, except maybe the Coffee and Donuts at Crust.
That is awesome.
Crap. I think ours is gonna be good too, but I'm a little jealous.
You have a clean?
Huh?
You have a clean fork?
Yes, actually I do. Okay, hang on. I have a clean fork. Let's try this pretty good strand here. Oh, Mary's stealing one. Oh, I thought she was stealing one. I can keep this fork clean. Hold on, Mary. Here you go. You're welcome to. I did not put my mouth on the fork.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that is excellent.
Yeah.
And that's going to be one of those building flavors too. Like the more you eat it, the more of it's going to come through. Silky tomato. Of course, the pasta's great. Lexington Pasta Garage. Or Pasta Garage? Thumbs up from Mary. That's impressive. And she's not huge on tomato-based dishes, right?
That is, got so much cream and stuff mixed into it that...
Yeah, that is fantastic. Now, you've tried the potato. What do you think about the potato over here?
Honestly, a little disappointed, but that may have been part... There's supposed to be melting tomato,
Melting potato?
and I don't know if they actually achieved that. Also, it was hot as hell, so I can kind of...
And I'm not really sure I know what that is, so I have no expectations. But we
I
got
assume that it should melt in your mouth.
Okay, not in your hand. We got the surf and turf, medium rare. So grilled skirt steak, marinated and stuffed with shrimp. Shrimp's just on it, but that makes sense. I was like, I don't know why you would say stuffed with shrimp. You can't do that.
Because this is a small portion, because I asked Taylor about that.
Well, still, I'm not sure how you would stuff shrimp into a skirt steak, but we'll find out someday. It has a mint pineapple chimichurri and served with melting potatoes. And tails are on the shrimp. I was wondering about that. In this situation, not so bad, but all right, I gotta try this skirt steak. It looks very good. Granted,
Mine is already it's sliced.
I know, but I want smaller bites. I don't want to chug the whole thing down. Looks pretty good. Now this is the end bark, but oh my god! I don't know. This is almost as good. So far, phenomenal. Oh yeah. Are there?
Looks really good.
Yeah, we actually got to try that too, and I was like, I might have made the wrong decision because that's so good. But then I just had a bite of that steak and went, ooh, that chimichurri. Oh yeah.
I'm glad you all
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Let me know if y'all need anything. I'll be back for desserts a while later.
All right.
So,
Sounds
y'all
good.
try.
Thank you. Oh, that is the buttery, pineapple-y chimichurri. Now, it's not quite a standard chimichurri. It's got a lot of chunkiness. But I got to try some shrimp. The buttery saltiness of that shrimp is fantastic, with just a hint of the pineapple coming through. That's fantastic. Oh, I gotta try a little of the actual chimichurri. It's sort of a chimichurri chutney Now there is a tongue twister. Chimichurri chutney, chimichurri chutney, chimichurri chutney. Actually, maybe not that bad. But I'm kind of curious about the flavor profile of mint and pineapple. Oh, that chimichurri, dude. Oh my god. The mint just gives it just a little bit of a tingle and a potato. Potato's very good.
So what is chimichurri?
Chimichurri is usually just a bunch of herbs blended together with a little bit of oil.
Oh, okay.
Basically. Maybe some garlic.
So it doesn't come from a chimichurri plant.
It is not from a chimichurri plant. Unless there's a factory that makes nothing but chimichurri. It's also just a very fun word to say. This is phenomenal. News at 11. Cobbler! There is some cobbler in there. Dad shows it off a little better. So we got a peach cobbler, vanilla bean ice cream. This does not look like it used to, so it's probably not, sadly, popcorn's cobbler, but maybe it is. I just haven't had it in so long. We did get the chocolate torte to go. It's fine. It's nothing super visual, especially because it's to go deconstructed. So Mary and I will eat that later. We'll see if they're getting billionaire coffees or not. I got Prosecco. I'll be back. Oh, Mary's stretching before we jump into this dessert. You want some shrimp tail in there?
No.
I'm going to scoop up some ice cream into my shrimp tail and like an ice cream.
No.
Ladies first. It does look very good though. I do love some peach cobbler. My mom made an incredible peach cobbler. I still think they need to do a peach and jalapeno cobbler because they used to, with the pimento cheese balls here, fried pimento cheese, it would come with a chutney. All right. It would come with a chutney of peach, onion, and jalapenos. I mean, there you go. And ever since I've had that chutney, I was like, I think stewed jalapeno would work really well in a peach cobbler. Gotta try it someday. I'm gonna get some cobbler. I found it. It's over here. Get that chunk of peach. A nice little bit of vanilla ice cream. It's popcorn time. It's very, very good. I cannot tell if it's actually popcorn's recipe or not, but I think it's because I didn't get enough of the cobbler itself. That's where I would definitely tell. It might be. Oh damn, Mary! I kind of regret that I'm sharing this with you. This is hitting. No, I want that. No.
You want the rest of it?
I do not need the rest of this. I don't need any of it, but I'm enjoying it. It might be a day one thing. It might be a new recipe thing. I do really like this. The one critique I am going to have on this is the peaches need less bite. Texturally, they need to be a little more stewed, a little more mushy for a cobbler. Because they're still pretty crisp, for lack of a better word. Firm. Firm's a good word for it. No way does it ruin the flavors or anything. But when I think of a fruit cobbler, the fruit's usually a bit more mushy and less of a bite. But the flavors are on point, which is the important part.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, no, I'm liking it a lot. Right. We're not done here.
Cheapest Azur trip we've ever had.
Cheapest dessert trip we ever had, because guess what? This is so freaking nice. I feel bad about it. The food was all complimentary. We're only paying for drinks. I mean, not just us. I believe that's everybody, because Soft Open. It's like they're paying us for letting, to train them or whatever, but that's so cool. I mean, we would have happily paid because this was phenomenal. Friday, gonna be even more phenomenal. Yeah. It's gonna be AJ Styles. I love her. I also love that guy way back there. This guy, yeah, I guess I love him too. So the garden, obviously it's baby garden. It's all still kind of growing.
Well, no, actually they took out a lot of stuff because it was pretty overgrown last time.
No, I'm talking about now. Otter says to go look at his peppers.
That's because they're over here in the blue bins.
Over here in the blue bins. I do like this new layout where they're kind of surrounding some of the tables.
And so they got
Sweet
everything.
pepper, eggplant. Oh yeah, eggplant. They're growing their egg. Oh, here we go. Jalapeno. Chefs.
That's a brand.
Okay, pepper. It just says pepper.
Oh, it's a chocolate pepper.
Okay.
Like a chocolate bone. You can't see it because it's cool.
All right. Oh, we got another chef's. Oh, that looks like some red jalapenos or something.
Yeah.
Jamaica yelling yellow.
This is ghost chili.
Oh, ghost pepper. Oh yeah, ghost pepper. Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the cayenne.
I saw a Carolina Reaper in there.
Oh, there's dragon cayenne. Oh, I think this. Oh, here's the Reaper. We got Carolina Reaper coming up. Jamaican yelling yellow. I'm not familiar with that
Yeah,
one.
I hadn't heard that one either.
Fresno chilies, fresh Fresno chilies. They're growing out here. I'm not going to give away all the secrets. I mean, he told me to come film this, so I don't feel bad.
Oh, that's a tomatillo.
Oh, yeah, they're building tomatillos. He's going to make a tomatillo salsa. I love verde and, like, tomatillo things. I'm going to take the long way around here.
Yeah. Lots of parsley. Some
All right.
rosemary.
All right, I'm cool with parsley.
This
Rosemary.
is a pineapple mint.
Yes, he was just saying pineapple mint because I was telling him how I love that pineapple chimichurri chutney.
Yeah.
And and how I want to make a pineapple
Some
mojito.
Lavender. More
Lavender.
parsley.
Parsley.
Lots of, I think this is dill.
That does look like dill. German thyme is coming up here. Actually, I think that's German
That
thyme.
is not German thyme. That is not
Okay.
a thyme plant.
Well,
That is-
I don't know my plants.
These
Thai
are
hot
probably
pepper.
all volunteer dill plants.
Okay.
So, what is this? This is a squash.
Zucchini squash.
This is zucchini, and I think this is a cucumber. and
Cukes.
This is also a cucumber.
I'm going to go over here and
I'm
look
not
at this
sure
middle one.
how
I
he's
could.
going to handle these because if they're vining bushes, they're going to want to go everywhere.
I thought they would want to go viral on the. Oh my God, that was a bad joke.
That was an old joke.
That was an old joke. That's an old people joke. Small fruited tomato.
Yeah, it's pretty dense in here.
Can't quite make that one out. Something purple.
This is like.
Golden Jubilee tomatoes. Okay, so yeah, I guess. Okay. Oh my God.
Similar to what my parents have, where there's just a big support that goes through the middle, and you just type these.
Listen, it was always great here. It was always super fresh, but
I didn't notice these.
we got Thai basil. They're definitely doing a few new ones they hadn't done before.
And cabbage.
And also, Chef Nate seems really cool, by the way.
Some chives.
Chives? Yeah, chives make sense. Oh, is that a cactus plant? Oh, aloe vera. Okay. Ooh, fresh. They're going to grow their own
Chefs grow
asparagus?
themselves.
Bro, they're growing their own asparagus. Gourmet salad mix. Oh, that's
How
cool.
that's good.
Oh, I'm so thrilled. I am just ecstatic. I'm so happy it's back. And everybody old is great. Everybody new is great. There's even more old friends returning. Because we ran into Catherine at the booth. And she's coming back as a server.
Crack can of oregano.
Yeah.
And sage, I think.
Yeah, it smells so good. All right. Well, Azur is back if you're coming to Lexington. I mean, keep in mind, it is a higher end place. It is, it's going to cost you a little bit of money. It's not stupid cheap or anything, but it is worth what you pay for here. Because it is experts that are doing things expertly. And I'm just so thrilled my favorite place in the whole world is back. I've traveled, plenty of people have traveled more than I have, but I've traveled, I've had many places. Nothing is this. Just atmosphere, the people, and then the food. And I got to try the Spanish chorizo. And oh my God, it's the best chorizo I've ever had. It really is. And I've had great chorizo. And they did order the Lagavulin specifically for Dad. So I think that's amazing. And they kept the jalapeno tenteo for me. So that's amazing. You're welcome, my love. All right, well, that's our first day at Azur. See you in the future. We're opening the new menus. Oops, I did mine backwards.
Yeah, desserts on the back page.
Oh yeah, well
Got
I'm
the
already.
port and the cobbler and the
Well,
manicotti.
don't spoil it for me. You just spoiled it for me.
Yeah.
Seriously, I wanted to have that experience. So it's Friday. It's official opening night. We are back at our booth, A6. Lots of amazing familiar faces again. A couple of other familiar faces. I do see Kelsey. Kelsey? Yeah, back there. Okay, so, well, that's good. I could probably skip dessert. Oh, they brought back the gooey butter bar. Awesome. And Otter is making me a secret hot sauce tonight, so. But we're also gonna get the chorizo. Chorizo sausage cooked in a rich red wine reduction with sweet red bell peppers and braised Cipollini onions. Oh man, I want so many things on here.
Don't see any soups though.
Under appetizers, they have a gazpacho. I don't know if they're getting back to soups yet. Oh, we're definitely doing the pork chop.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely here for the pork chop. Otter told me he made a sauce, but he's keeping it secret, so I gotta get some fries for that.
Gonna get you some. I taste it.
Oh, I'm excited. I missed the sauces. Whoops. So we already got the truffle fries. They're new, they're okay. Otter's new hot sauce is very good. I don't know how to tell you. It has a horseradish texture. Dad has already decimated this, so I'm sorry I can't show you the beautiful plating. But I haven't tried it yet. So I'll turn the camera on and do that. Okay. But that hot sauce is very good. It's kind of creamy and sweet up front. Then there's a nice big old heat pop in the back. But I gotta try this. I know this chorizo is awesome. I didn't even get your. What did you think of the chorizo?
Very good.
Well, the hot sauce. I'm about to find out about this though, but I've already had the chorizo, so I know it's good. Thank you. I haven't had it in the sauce. Oh. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's Spanish style chorizo. I got to taste some Wednesday night. It's incredible. The sauce is really good. I love that it's like a sausage and peppers, but you know, deconstructed in a different. Oh, that's fantastic. And Otter is already making special soups that are on the menu. We have a potato and leek soup, and we got some chives. But it's Otter. It's going to be great. The bowl, I don't know, volume-wise might be the same, but it's definitely a smaller bowl. And the cup is a little larger, but no more square bowls or quarters apparently, which could be a good thing because it's Otter soup. You need to be able to really get all of it. Let me turn around and taste. I already ate too many fries, but my first Otter soup in 5 months.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
We're so back. Look at this amazing thing. We got like pork chop, pork belly, I think pork loin in here somewhere. Cipollini onions, Cipollini, whatever. A tasso ham risotto. Come on. Beautiful asparagus balsamic drizzle. Oh. The plate's so big, he almost pushed my plate into my lap so he could get his photo. Alright, we're gonna start with the risotto because I'm really dying to get in there. Nice big. Ooh. It's like there was a cheese pull. I wish I could have shown you. I don't think I've had risotto in 5 months. Oh, that's awesome.
Risotto.
Yeah. I got a big chunk of ham in my first bite. I now kind of regret having all the apps in the soup because I'm going to go to finish this, and I probably will, but it's going to be a lot more difficult now.
Experience is pretty good too.
Yeah, they've always made great asparagus here. They season it beautifully. All right, let's get some pork belly, baby. Oh, I don't know. Actually, it's not balsamic. That's the orange, blood orange something or other.
Very good.
Let's go, baby. Oh, come on. Oh. That is awesome. That is awesome. Go for the piece of pork on the chop here. While he's cutting his like a baby. Oh, he's just doing the prep work. He's getting the bone out of the way before he gets going. He's actually smart. Clever boy. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Looks really.
It's a lot, but very good.
But you have margarita with this, right?
Correct.
Are you doing okay on your drink? I know you usually don't mind something.
And then Mary might join us for Brussels sprouts in a bit. I don't know. It's just a timing issue. Just giving you the heads up.
Sounds good.
Apparently we will too.
Yeah.
You too, yeah. I'm still eating.
Now, I don't know how much you're going to like the pork belly part of it, because it is a little fatty, but it's still really good. Yeah. The seasoning and like, it's not really breaded per se, but maybe there's a light breading of some sort. But the flavors on that are phenomenal. What do you think? I don't think I caught your first bite.
That's pretty good.
All right, I'm gonna go get stuffed. All right, so hopefully I remember to put this in the vlog. It's Sunday, it's June 1st, and we're finally having our classic Azur Sunday. And it's a lot more low-key, a lot more chill. And I joked with Mary, because they've been open 2 weeks roughly now? Because we had to miss last Sunday, a week and a half. And we were all set to get some awesome things off the menu. And I had joked with Mary, I was like, watch, Les Otter's already doing specials again. Well, we're already doing specials again.
Yeah, 2 weeks with the soft opening.
2 weeks with the soft opening. Well, the soft opening started on a Wednesday, so I would say a week and a half. But,
Okay, that's true. Yeah.
but I probably won't film all the food because I want to just enjoy my Sunday, but I wanted to point that out. That's pretty awesome. The swordfish dish is supposed to be amazing, and I'm definitely having the spicy manchego cream soup. But we're going to start
So am I.
with the charcuterie. So is he. He's having the same thing. Anyways,
Sounds like we're having the same menu.
we are having the same menu, actually. Maybe I should throw a half salad on mine just to be different. I like snacks. I don't know. Junk food taste test time. Today we're going to try 3 different potato chips because we've got so many to get through. We have a Hershey's Kiss, we have a revisit to something from last time, and something else new. So, these first.
I would say least spicy to most spicy.
Well, okay. We'll start.
Probably the beer.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll do another one of these limited time Pringles. We did get all 3. I liked the brats well enough, even though the Ralph report didn't. Hi, Napoleon. He is staring hard up here like, are those my snackos? Today we're gonna try the beer braised steak one. We still have the beer can chicken one.
It's gonna stay a hole through us.
I know. It's snack time for somebody else right now too, but he's gotta wait for the adults to eat. It does have a little bit of a steak smell. It smells a little like snakes.
I'm not actually sure what that smell is, to be honest.
Probably the beer. Ooh, look at that. It doesn't. Yeah, there you go. Interesting seasoning. That really tastes like grilled steak. The fuck? And then there's that kind of weird beer part. Well, up front it did. I really got like that smoky, kind of meaty. Yeah, the kind of weird, tangy, beery part. Like, you know, I mean, I like beer. I like real beer.
It's an interesting flavor. I kind of like it. I'm not sure I'd call it steak or beer.
I definitely tasted steak. But I had a really heavily seasoned one up front.
Yeah, I have nothing in my mouth that is trying to go, there's meat in my mouth? No.
Well, I'd say the rest of the ones I just ate didn't have nearly as potent a flavor, but those are pretty good. Again, I'm gonna put this in the category of if I'm in the store and they have them, I'd buy it, but I don't know that I'm actively like, oh my God, I must go hunt these down. But
I probably, if they're around, I'll eat them. I wouldn't even buy them if I came across them in the store.
that's fair. Different palates. Different palates for different shallots. Interesting. We're gonna, well, that's not a new phone. Oh. Anyways, let's do another Pringle. I know we have not had these, and I don't know if they're necessarily new. They're certainly not limited time. We've got 7-layer dip. So it looks like
I feel like this is going to be another thing where I put it in my mouth and go like, I have no idea what this flavor is.
I'm thinking we're supposed to get some refried bean, some sour cream, some cheddar, some tomatoes, some lettuce, some black olive.
Well, okay, so you've never had 7-layer dip,
No, I've had 7-layer dip.
So
Yeah, it's like layered. I understand.
yeah,
7-layer
but
dip.
that's like
Oh, there's also guac.
like
It
a
looks like.
salsa and then like either like a cheesy or
Oh, is it supposed to
sour
be-
cream.
yeah, I was thinking
and then
sour cream.
guac and then another
Cheddar.
cheesy type top.
It's 4.
With like, I don't know how they get 7 layers. I don't.
Well, one thing to do is to open them up and see. Now, I don't think something like this. We might taste the lettuce. That's my guess. Smells
like-
kind of weird.
I figure it's gonna be mostly a cheesy and then probably like a salsa spicy sort of.
Maybe. You can kind of see the seasoning on that one.
It's very pale seasoning.
That one tastes the lettuce. A little bit of cheddar. A hint of the sour cream.
It's got a weird sweet on the back end.
I get a little, I think that's the Pringle itself. I do get a little of the beans. It's got that kind of nice refried beans.
I guess that's
Trying to get the not broken ones. There's a bunch of broken ones on top. These are pretty good.
Again, if you put them in front of me, I'll eat them. But I'd rather have some actual 7-layer dip.
Eat 7-layer dip with these.
7-layer dip would break the hell out of these. This is not a sturdy chip.
I kind of get a little hint of the avocado and the guac in there. Everything's very subtle. I was hoping to get a little more of the, I haven't eaten dinner, I gotta slow down. Black olive, but. Again, well, I think, again, I'm not actively gonna go out and seek these. I would buy them if they're there, but only if it's like the only flavor I like there. Like if it's flavors I like more, I'm just gonna grab those instead. But if I'm wanting some Pringles that are a little different, it does have kind of a nice little tiny bit of a salsa-y aftertaste, so. I actually dig that. I think I do like that more than the beer braised steak. At first I wasn't sure, I thought they were pretty even, but the more I think about it, I like that 7-layer dip one. All right, now we also found all 3 of the new flavor finalists for Lay's. Dad has tried the other 2 and he said they're very disappointing. So I thought, let's try this one before he gets into my head.
Okay.
So we got the Korean style fried chicken, which I feel like they've made before and we've had before.
I don't know.
So it should be kind of more of a tangier, smokier fried chicken. They don't have any kind of descriptors anywhere. Nope. Okay. That's just the QR for voting.
Okay.
and winning. I don't really get much from the smell. They look very seasoned though.
Like possibly a barbecue
Well, it is
chip, basically.
probably like Korean barbecue chicken. It looks very seasoned. Mmm. Mmm. That really tastes like Korean barbecue. I just went back to us grilling some meats on the grill with like the right sauce. Oh, yeah, there's a little bit of heat. Mmm.
It's very sweet up front.
Yeah, it's the kind of the Korean barbecue style, but then you definitely get smoke and heat. I don't necessarily taste much chicken element, which is fine, but I am
Now, as long
loving
as this
that.
is not a building heat, this is tolerable for me.
Okay.
But if it's a building heat, I wouldn't be able to eat much at all.
Oh my goodness. These I will actively seek out. That's really good. Oh, that's really good. We may have started with the winner. I'm not even a wavy fan, but damn.
I like a wavy chip.
Well, that's fine. I'm just saying I don't. But,
What? Okay, why does it even matter?
well, texture. Remember, I'm like super foodie, super taster guy, man. Like textures make a difference to me. I don't hate wavy chips. I just prefer not having a wavy chip.
I always feel like a wavy chip is more substantial than like the Lay's chip.
Or why? It's between your standard potato chip and your kettle cooked, because I really don't like kettle cooked. I will eat them, but they become a little too thick, a little too hard, a little too
Yeah.
crunchy.
Yeah.
And I get that a
feel
little
like,
bit with wavy for me.
I've had kettle chips where I'm pretty sure they're going to just run my mouth.
Those are fucking dope. By far the best chip we just tried. No, we haven't done that. But yeah, where did you land on? Like, you would do them again? You would.
Oh yeah, I mean, again, I'd have to eat a whole serving to see if there's something I would like. But at first blush, it's okay. It's just spicy enough that I probably would not go out of my way to buy it.
Yeah, no, I really like that. I'm gonna have to let Dad know. Like, oh my God, that'll be the winner, brother. And of course, those I haven't seen them since I bought them. Except Dad found a little bag, so that's how he was able to.
Alright,
All right, so we did the fudge rainbow brownie ones. We didn't get to these. We have another Hershey Kiss, Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
The Hershey brownie ones were pretty good. I forgot. No,
In case people want to see
let's
it.
see, 170. How many?
Probably 4.
7.
Oh, that's better than I thought. I love those brownie ones. I've been eating those. I mean, carefully. I just take like 4 upstairs occasionally. I would definitely buy the brownie ones again. It might be my second favorite Hershey Kiss behind almond. These I don't have high hopes for, but they should be interesting.
It smells. I mean, it smells.
I like the cinnamon toast rainbowy colors. Oh, it does.
I don't remember cinnamon toast having colors.
Well, it's in their logo, not the cinnamon toast itself. Like you see all the colors on the.
Oh yeah.
Got an interesting visual. Having trouble opening mine, which is wild. It's a Hershey Kiss, Eric. Come on, man.
And instead of saying Hershey's on the little string, it has like stars. It's not bad.
Oh.
White chocolate.
Oh, there's crunch in there. There's actual cinnamon toast crunch.
It's like if you put sweetened condensed milk on your cinnamon toast crunch chips.
I could see that. I'm gonna try one more because I have a little too much Korean barbecue in my mouth.
I'm taking that one.
Oh no, I got you. I was not expecting the crunch in there, but oh, that's really good afterwards too. Like it's okay up front when you're just kind of getting the coating.
Yeah, like I said, it's a white chocolate base.
Yeah, I'm not huge on white chocolate, but that part's okay, but it blends really well with the crunchy. These will get eaten. I enjoy them. I don't think I'd get them again though. I think if I want a Hershey's Kiss, I'd rather have the brownie ones, almond ones. That's kind of how I feel about it. Like, I'm glad I have them. I'm glad I will have had them once. Somebody has them at a party or something, sure. I don't know that I particularly need it myself.
If those were like out in my little candy dish thing, I'd probably, easily go through them and but just taking like 1 or 2 a day.
Right, but would you then actively be like, oh, I'm going to replenish those?
No, because you buy so much crap, I never buy anything.
Well, that's not necessarily the context of it, though. I mean, like, just
Okay.
I buy all this crap so we can
In
try
a
it and see
perfect
what we can.
world where if calories didn't matter,
Right, yeah.
yeah, I might actually buy those again, but we do not.
Right,
So
same.
it's just like I try. One of my ways to try to manage my weight is to not buy crap to begin with.
That's why she has me. All right. Speaking of things with no calories, let's eat some ice cream. Now, she had me get these. I just picked out the flavors. So last time we did the chocolate hazelnut, the Tillamook, and it was very, very good. But Mary made a discovery that we missed.
And it says it on the package, but
And you
there
can't
is
really see it in here.
chocolate. It's on the. Here, give me. Let's see. I get the lighting here. You can kind of see at the very bottom there is some like little light. There's a different color in the chocolate. It's a ribbon of, what would they say? Hazelnut butter swirl.
Hazelnut butter swirl.
Here.
And apparently, because this was good ice cream, but apparently that makes a tremendous difference in this, which it sounds like it would.
Not to go with that.
Oh, ooh. Sometimes I feel like a nut. Oh, That makes that feel more than just chocolate ice cream with hazelnuts in it. Yeah, that's very strong hazelnut flavor. That elevates that quite a bit. Because it was good before, but I was just like, well, this isn't all that special. But once you get that ribbon of the hazelnut butter, hell yeah. And I'm glad it's almost gone, because I don't need to be eating more of that. Yeah. Yeah. We're getting some bangers. I'll set up this next one. Now, we did at the same time buy another Tillamook, because it was like a multi-thing sale. And this was a limited edition, and they only had one left, so I don't know if you're going to find it, but I love the idea of this. Salty caramel pretzel. Never thought about pretzels in ice cream, but I was like, oh yeah, that should totally work. So, very excited to get in here and give this puppy a go. But it is Tillamook, so I'm going to have to peel off a label. We'll just let you look at the house and not our faces at all. I know, I'm just messing with you. That is a little sticky. So it is kind of a vanilla ice cream. You know, not a lot to look at there. Oh yeah, it got real soft real quick. I think I've got some, oh, here's something. Nice big.
That looks like something else.
Yeah, I need to show that up. I'm sure it's gonna taste good, but that looks like we got rats and they have pooped in our ice cream. Visually very unappealing. It was definitely chocolate covered pretzel. A little bit of caramel.
I think, that is a very salty piece of pretzel.
Mine wasn't that salty. Let me get a little bit bigger one here. I'm gonna try to find more of the caramel swirl.
It tastes pretty good though.
It's not bad. I'm just a little underwhelmed. The flavors work pretty good, but It's not like knocking my socks off. It's just really good quality ice cream. But also too, even though I was excited to try this, I'm reminded that I don't like crunchy things in my ice cream typically.
So
Like I like brownies or swirls, but you know.
I just wanted, like sort of like a little experiment. Because when I have, okay, before you actually eat that, let me see what I'm saying.
Okay, I'm gonna get my spoon.
There's a lot of times when I have ice cream that has something in it, I kind of melt all the ice cream in my mouth first and then chew whatever's left.
Yeah.
So I did that in my first bite. The second bite, I kind of tried to chew everything at once.
That's what I was doing.
I feel like it's actually better if you do it the first way. It's kind of
Melt and then eat.
yeah. Because then the chocolate and the pretzel and the salt really come through.
I had just the tiniest nugget of any pretzel in there. I got a little salt though. Here's some pretzel. Yeah, now I see what you're saying about very salty. Because I definitely got the salt there. All right, I gotta stop after that bite. Oh. Yeah, and then the way your next bite, the vanilla really goes with the saltiness in your mouth. Yeah. It's very good. I think the hazelnut's better. If I was gonna rebuy one, I'd rebuy the hazelnut.
I don't know.
That could grow on me though.
I'm kind of digging this one a little more, but I think I prefer things with a vanilla base, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, you're very vanilla. That makes sense.
I am so disappointed that Haagen-Dazs apparently is no longer carrying their bourbon ball truffle.
Oh
ice
yeah, you
cream.
did fall in love with that.
It
Yeah.
was so good. And then I stopped buying it because it was the winter time and they got rid of it. I don't know what's with this voice.
I don't know either, but I will join you. That is the taste of junk food for this vlog. We still have. I'm Saul Guerrero all of a sudden. We still have many more Pringles to save. Must save the Pringles to save the dream. Now where is my Rhodonium? I need a hit. You don't know where I am. Oh, I don't think Mary knows that one yet.
Yeah, I still haven't seen the last.
Hopefully we'll talk about it in this vlog. We're gonna hopefully get her to see the last vlog tonight. Plus the Doctor Who season finale, which I had a major fucking spoiler for earlier. So I'm like, yay, great, cool. I'm glad I don't get to experience that live. Thanks, people. Awesome.
This is why I stay off social.
I'm usually very good about skipping it, and I can tell when somebody's going to talk about something I don't want spoilers for, but this is one of those times when somebody just presented something as just, here's the spoiler before you even know what you're doing. I was like, cool, thanks. Thanks. Anyways, it should be awesome. So now we'll save the vlog to save the dream. I'm not on Jeddah. Hey, real quick, we got a vacation update. Did you catch that I said we have a vacation update? We don't have a lot.
Where are you going? I know where I'm going.
We don't have a lot to talk about right now. Obviously, you know I still have a November Disney trip. Have not booked any other Disney trips yet. But we're finally going back to Cancun. We're going to do a secrets trip. I promised her we'd do Mexico again. She got to go on a secrets trip last year, but she took Tina because I wanted to go to Disney. I don't remember why we did the split, other than you were interested in a girls' trip, and I was like, okay. And I wasn't as interested, I guess.
Well, with Tina, I can actually do like a nature excursion and not have to worry about the other person in my group.
Right, and you almost never do like girls' trips or anything, so you know, you're kind of digging on that. And I was like, well, that's fine. I'm doing all these Disney trips. You do that. I'll stay home, take care of the cats, and just watch horror movies the whole time. Blah blah. Point being, some of the earliest vacations Mary and I took were to secrets resorts, mostly in Cancun, occasionally Jamaica. We went to the Dominican Republic once. I hated that one. I made some great videos about those, like just kind of fun videos you can go back and watch. Last time I went to one was 2019 into 2020. So obviously we were at one of the secrets where what used to be our favorite, Playa Mujeres, in April of 2019. And that's when I did the famous Star Wars crying video. And then again in 2019 for New Year's, we went to Jamaica, and it kind of blew up again while I was out there, and that was interesting. And that was also where I got sick and spent most. She was sick on the way out there and got over it.
Yeah, I started coming down with like I think a fever maybe like at the airport.
Something, yeah. But she got over hers pretty quick, and then I had it for the rest. So it wasn't our best trip. That was my last trip. But now we're finally going to go back to one. We're going to a slightly smaller one. We're also giving Secrets a chance because they used to, like when the earlier years, the 2016s that we went, they were great because they hadn't had a lot of stuff built up around them yet and everything. It was way more chill, way more romantic and laid back. The last few times we kind of went together, it started to have more of a party vibe. That may have just been the times we went, and it was kind of annoying because even though it's a couples resort, there were lots of singles because people bring in wedding parties and you get all the woohoo girls and woohoo dudes. And it's like, sometimes it's fine, sometimes... Point me.
Well, yeah, well, part of it is Palmer Harris did not have Dreams next to it when we first started going. Now it has a family resort that is attached to it. Now the kids can't come over, but the adults can, and the infrastructure kind of reflects that.
Yeah.
Because they didn't like. There are basically some things do double duty on Secrets now.
Yeah, so a little less. But
And the same thing goes for Wild Orchid in Jamaica, because now they have a Breathless attached to it, which is all the woohoo.
Yeah. So this time we're going in kind of prepared for that because we're also staying closer to more of the actual like the strip, the hotel strip of Cancun, and the shopping districts and all that. But it is still adults only, all inclusive. It's smaller but looks awesome. And because it was cheaper, it's Secrets Cancun The Vine. And because it was a smaller and cheaper one, we splurged on a goddamn master suite. So we're gonna have like a massive room that we don't really need unless we get rained out. With like a couple of bedrooms, couple of bathrooms. It's got a bedroom and a living room that has a pull-out bed. Yeah, no, you haven't watched all the things I've watched. It has 2 bathrooms, like 2 full bathrooms. Yeah.
Are you sure you're not convincing me?
I'm looking at the Master Suites, the Preferred Club Master Suite. I was watching a video about it. It's the room you saw, but what you saw didn't show everything else, the other videos. I've watched a lot more videos than you have at this point. If I'm wrong, we'll come back and upgrade that in the vacation update, but I'm telling you it does. Not that we need that, I'm just saying there's a lot of room. Plus, it's one side is the beach, and on the other side is like a giant lagoon, and we are theoretically in a room that we should be able to watch the sunrise over the beach and the sunsets over the lagoon. So that's going to be great. We're going to go for a whole week. It's our anniversary week. We'll be doing that in September. The only thing we've booked so far is the resort. I'm waiting for a credit card thing to change over to the next month's statement so I can do some nice flights and all that, hotel transfer. I promised her I'll do at least one excursion. She, of course, will get at least her massage or whatever at the spa, which is good because that's usually the day I'll go around and do my heavy filming because I'm kind of re-inspired to film again because I went back and watched all those videos and I'm like, oh, filmmaking kind of sounds fun again. I mean, it's not narrative per se, but I'm actually really excited to maybe even take my big boy gimbal out there with my SLR and my high quality anamorphic lenses and see what we do. Drones, I don't know. Drone culture's weird now. I'll do the research, but we're gonna have a good time. Awesome pool, lots of food, lots of drinks, lots of dancing. There's wine. This was like a wine heavy place. There's like a wine tasting right when you go in if you want. Wine classes, cooking classes, cocktail classes, all kinds of fun stuff. She's gonna be happy. I get to go on an actual vacation. Yes, I go to Disney a lot. Yes, they are technically vacations, but even if I wasn't doing the vlogging and stuff, which I am, that's a lot of extra work. But Disney, if you've done a Disney trip, you know in general, it's exhausting. So it's hard to call it a vacation. You come home from a Disney trip and you need a vacation from your vacation. So I'm looking forward to a more chillaxed, I can just go hang out by the pool and play Mario Kart on the Switch 2 or whatever, and we can dance the night away and be cute and hopefully find karaoke, whatever. So that's gonna be awesome. And I will be doing some vlogging on that trip. It's not like a Disney trip where I'm gonna make a vlog out of every day we're there. I wanna make some of these cool videos and then we'll show you just some of our normal vlog stuff in one vlog. That's kind of the plan. So obviously we'll update you more on that in the future. There's not gonna be a lot to update on that other than just counting down. We should be 106 days out now. And all right, cool, good.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna do some other work because I'm also gonna get to Doctor Who and Andor and it's already 9:45. Crap. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to throw off the attacker hugging you from behind. Give me the key. No ticket. I'm trying to think of a whole bunch of lines that aren't in Mission Impossible, just to memorize. I'll be back. Hi. We saw Mission Impossible Final Reckoning fennel reconning. No spoilers. Obviously, great time was had. I mean, we saw it in IMAX, took my dad. Awesome movie. The set pieces were incredible. The action was incredible. Tom Cruise, the cast was incredible. I have some issues. We can get into that. Overall, I loved it. It's not my favorite of this last trilogy, Fallout. I still think it's the best of all of them. But it was still a great time. And I do think it was better than Dead Reckoning in a lot of ways. But what did you think?
I enjoyed it. I'm actually going to give props to Tom Cruise for doing stunts, very impressive stunts, but also the least flattering stunts I think I've ever seen him do.
There is it's in some of the trailers too. So, you know, the big biplane thing.
Yeah.
Some of the way the wind hits him, there is a particular shot that gives him a Green Lantern Hal Jordan bowl cut.
Or his face is like, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, but I think the bowl cut was the one where you could kind of feel the whole theater kind of giggle at that, you know. It's very natural. It's not there's no way around it, but yeah, she's right. Extra kudos, because so many Hollywood actors are so vain and worried about shit like that. So extra kudos for him to be like, I don't care if it looks ridiculous. Look what I'm fucking doing.
Yeah. The other thing is, it's PG-13?
Probably.
Apparently, there was there's one scene in the movie where it's a fight scene and it's cut in such a way, we're sitting there going like, why is it cut like this? Because it almost feels like a comedy. It's one of the earlier fight scenes. Because all you are seeing is reaction shots of
yeah. It feels like kind of a cartoon. Yeah. Okay.
Apparently they had to do that because the actual fight scene was going to get them an R rating.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I'm thinking more about it now. I'm like, yeah.
Considering how you get to see the results of that fight scene.
And in hindsight, if they showed,
yeah,
I could see that. So that's a pretty fun way to go around it. Haley Atwell is great. Simon Pegg's great. Ving Rhames is great. Certain things with certain characters fairly predictable. Still a really good time. I don't feel the runtime. There is definitely some sequences in there that, like some major sequences that they did not really touch upon in any of the trailers that I saw. So that was one of my big improvements from the last movie. The last movie had it had a lot of great stuff going on, and it was a great movie too.
But big stunt.
There was like basically one big stunt in that. And by the time that movie came out, we had seen that from like every angle, from every part of the movie, from every behind the scenes. So I was like, oh, I didn't get that big Mission Impossible Tom Cruise crazy pop necessarily. This time they do a much better job of that. Yes, you kind of know about the biplane sequence, but there's still tons of that you haven't seen. And there's at least one, maybe two other just incredible sequences. So there is an underwater sequence. That's and it is tense. Like the intensity and the tension in that is fantastic. Like, you know, it's Tom Cruise, you know, but you're like holding your breath like, is it? You know, so that was fantastic as well. And that's a big part of why I enjoyed this one more than Dead Reckoning, because there was still a lot of surprise and a lot of stuff I didn't expect.
Also, if you don't exactly remember the last 7 movies.
Yeah, this would be part 8, yeah.
You do get some flashback things that kind of help jog your memory.
Yeah, I was going to talk about that a little bit. Because like I had heard that it's going to pay off if you revisit the movies so you're fresh. And I could see how that did, because I didn't get to. My dad did, which is good for his memory. But I remembered most of these movies pretty well. I rewatched Rogue Nation, because I was going to... No, not Rogue Nation. Ghost Protocol. Because I was going to pick up from there. Because like I love Part 3. I mean, Part 1 is fantastic. Part 2 is a good James Bond movie. It's not necessarily a Mission Impossible movie, and it's John Woo, so I love that. Part 3, I think, is fantastic, especially because of Philip Seymour Hoffman. But I wanted to pick up from 4, which was really good, but then I didn't get around to rewatching any of the others, except rewatching Dead Reckoning, since it leads right in. But so I was kind of actually annoyed that when I saw the movie, it's like, oh, I really didn't need to do that. Because I don't like that they did this, but yeah, like she said, there are some holes filled in, like they will flashback sort of. They do it stylistically fine. It's not distracting. But I feel like, we don't really, I didn't need that. Like, and
you may not have needed it.
Well, that's the thing.
I found it very useful.
That's the thing. I'm sure it was test audiences, and it was people that were going to part 8 and couldn't remember the first 7. You know, I even sent you a recap video you didn't watch. Did you watch?
I did watch it. But again, did you watch that recap video? Because it's only 13 minutes to cover 7 movies. It's like
Yeah, screen
blah, blah,
crush.
blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. But I will say the things that it didn't tie into all the older movies as much as I had been led to believe it would.
Yeah,
It's kind of 2 major tie-ins. Not spoiling it. One of them is kind of what? Okay, I guess sure. But the other one is a character, and it's because it's not just cameo porn. Like it is a crucial part of the movie, and it's wonderful. If you've seen it, you know you know who I'm talking about.
There actually, I would say there's one point where there's almost a Rube
Goldberg.
going like a whole series of events through the movies, and they're going like, oh, that's how we got to here.
Yeah, and I might like that more with time and seeing it again, but I'm kind of on the fence with it right now. Like I don't know. That just feels like you're just trying to shoehorn this thing in that's not entirely necessary.
Yeah,
But maybe
I
not.
Can
Maybe
see
I'm wrong.
that. I bet I was just like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if I could. That's how that got started in the writers' room.
Yeah. But again, the action's fantastic. The character work is fantastic. It's visually fantastic. Music's great. Like all of it's great. There's a section on a submarine, and that is some of my favorite new characters in this movie. And the commander of that submarine. I want to see that guy in everything now because he gives some of the best goddamn line readings of anything I've seen in a long time. And like you don't know, like he's so expertly done. You don't know where he's gonna land on any given moment or what he's gonna say. But then by the time he finishes each line, you're just like, yeah, come on, you know. There is this thing set up in the beginning, and since this is the beginning, I'm not going to reveal any details, but I'm going to mention the setup. That there has, because where we left off in the last movie, there's kind of been this online brainwashy cult kind of thing of these people. And a lot of people complain that this isn't really necessary in the film. It probably could have landed better, but there's definitely 2 or 3 moments in this movie where it does become clear that is part of what's going on, but it's kind of almost blink and you miss it. But I do think that's a neat thing. I do wish they had explored it a little more than they do. Because there is a great line where somebody after a fight has to tell them they spend too much time on the internet. And I'm like, I'm a computer kid. But yeah, I mean, it was a good time. Is this the end? Is this the final one? Maybe, maybe not. I mean, I'm not spoiling anything. It definitely could end here. It definitely could continue from here. It could continue with the same people. It could continue with different people. And it made a lot of money. Yes, Lilo and Stitch did beat it, by the way. But at the same time, it broke records for Mission Impossible. It's the biggest opening it had, all that kind of stuff. And people forget that it's like, yeah, that was 3 hours versus like 2 hours, so they get more screenings, blah, 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 blah. And we haven't seen Lilo and Stitch yet, so we don't have an opinion. I know the controversies, but we'll see. I desperately want to see it still.
Yeah, I actually, in this case, I appreciate that they left it open-ended just because it's sort of like with well, think about it.
To be fair, they gave it an ending though, but
yeah. It was an ending, but it wasn't a.
I'm trying to also keep it very vague.
Can I talk?
Yes, but I was explaining why I'm also trying to keep it very vague. Don't be too specific.
Okay, all I'm saying is, if you think about it, it comes from a serialized TV series. No overarching plot. It's the plot of the week.
Yeah.
So it kind of feels like the movie universe is kind of the same way. Although they weirdly kind of connected things, but it's just like there's always next week or whatever for the next adventure.
Yeah. It still feels in line with that. You're absolutely correct. And that does mean there's one other thing I'm going to kind of talk around in code that I like and I dislike, because there is a character we have seen around for a while that gets revealed to be more than what we knew in terms of who that character actually is. I don't know how I feel about it. I love the actor. I love that character. But was that necessary? Did that really add to the plot? I know you're struggling. You're not figuring out, because that's how unimportant it kind of was. But it's kind of a neat tie-in, but at the same time, and then the way they resolve it with because there's literally a line, no spoilers, I'll be super vague here. There's literally a line about, well, we'll deal with that after all of this. There's some version of that line. And then when that comes up, it's still a nothing burger. So it's was any of that actually necessary?
I have no idea what he's talking about.
And that kind of sells why I'm a little on the fence about that. But more viewings, more time, maybe I'll appreciate that more. Ultimately, I got what I wanted out of this. I had a blast with it. Tom Cruise is still an insane motherfucker. Also, the realization that the first Mission Impossible movie was 29 years ago is pretty mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Also, we saw it on May 22nd, and there's a thing in there where somebody has a note that has a date that is May 22nd. And it's like, turns out that's coincidence. But, so anyways, anything else about Mission Impossible?
It's fun. That's it.
Yeah, if you like the others, you'll like this one. All right, next movie. Hi-ya! Oh God, how did I throw my hip out? We saw Karate Kid Legends. No spoilers. We might tell you a little more than you want, but not in specifics. Backstory. Really, growing up, enjoyed the hell out of the Karate Kid movies. Loved Part 2 more. Liked the NES game, even though it was horrible. Played that recently. It's still fucking horrible. Loved rewatching those movies and then doing Cobra Kai because adored Cobra Kai. Yeah.
I enjoy Cobra Kai much more than I like any of the actual movies.
And I would agree with that. And also, if you haven't finished Cobra Kai, with no spoilers, but we would agree, because we've talked about this before, and a lot of people say this, nailed the landing.
Yeah.
Probably one of, like, for what the show is, what it set out to be, what it was, they just nailed their landing. They ended everything beautifully, perfectly, left it open-ended enough to tell some more stories, but really finished everybody's story in a very satisfying way. So leading up to that, they had started marketing this movie before that came out. And it was very confusing initially, because it's like, well, Ralph Macchio's in it, and I love because in Cobra Kai, no spoilers, but they kind of bring back almost everybody from the original movies, the first 3 movies, and do genius things with them. Even if they just had a tiny thing to do, they use those characters brilliantly.
Yeah.
But then I always in my head is like, you could make the Jackie Chan one connect in here. Like he's an old student of Miyagi, or they were friends or something. Essentially,
Turns out they were friends.
yeah, essentially that's what they do here. And so now that we know that it was a continuation, we have to be delicate with some of this.
Okay, let me say something.
But okay, well, yeah. First, we should just get out. Did we like it or not? But
Yes, of course.
had a blast with it for more reasons we'll get into.
I think, I want to say up front, one of the reasons why I think this movie works as well as it does is it took a page out of Cobra Kai and went, let's just take some basic precepts of reality out of the picture.
Yeah, it's still, do not look for like perfect logic bomb stuff. And I also do have a problem or two with this movie, but nothing that makes me hate it. I really enjoyed this. I had such a good time with it, and I had a better time than I was expecting. And here's the weird part where we have to be vaguely spoilery, but I think this is good for you to know going in.
The movie's not what you think it is.
No, the marketing is very different. They sold you a very different movie than what you actually get, which usually is horrible. But here, I was fine with it, because it's really, what we got, I thought was really good.
Yeah.
It is kind of just a retelling of a Karate Kid trope type story.
Yeah.
The trailers show it as it's very heavy with Jackie Chan. It's very heavy with Ralph Macchio. They're hardly in this. This is like the biggest thing I'm going to reveal, but I do think this is not so much going to ruin it. This is going to help you adjust your expectations. They're not really even in this until the 3rd act. You get some Jackie Chan in the front for setup. And then it really is all about the new cast and this new kid. And I realized that somewhere like maybe in the start or the middle of the 2nd act. But what I realized was, I'm not bothered by that though.
Yeah.
Because I really like this kid. I really like the romance. I didn't realize Joshua Jackson was in this with such a huge role. He has like a blink and you miss it thing in the trailer, but he's a big part of this.
He's the first third of the movie.
And he's great. So all that stuff was awesome.
And again, I feel like a lot of the casting, especially for kids, is just like I must have been the same casting agent for Cobra Kai.
They fit.
They fit right in.
Yeah, they fit. They totally fit. You can see all these characters existing in the same universe, which they do. And I think the way they connected Mr. Han and Danielson and all that, and Miyagi and all that, I think that works really, really well. That sold for me, but it really was the strength of these like 2 or 3 new characters that it mostly follows that I was like, actually I really like this. My only real complaint is it's a tight hour and 9. It's like an hour and 34 minutes. It honestly needed to be like 2 hours because this thing is like so overcut. And unfortunately, some of the fight scenes, I was hoping the fight scenes would be cooler, but they are literally overcut. Like, it's not like your great Jackie Chan kind of old school stuff, which I was hoping, since he was so heavily involved, that it would be more like wide moving camera takes.
I feel like
but it really is very choppily edited, so the fights can be a little hit or miss.
Yeah, and I think that comes down to as much modern.
I don't know that it's modern as much as I think it's a symptom of the rest of the movie being insanely paced. I'm appreciating a movie just going. All the fat is trimmed off. There's nothing. But there's definitely some scenes in here where it's like, oh, they just like bop, 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 and we're out of this emotional scene where you never had a chance for emotion to form. So there's no real emotion or even heart per se. I mean, you have heart in the sense that the main kid, Lee, is great and you actually care about him, or we did.
Yeah.
And like, so I mean, there's heart there, but like there's a famous scene in the trailer with Danielson talking about the 2 branches, 1 tree. And it's like, it's almost cut like what's in the trailer. Like you get like nothing else out of that scene. And I feel like that should have been a slightly slow it down, take your time, emotional. But you don't have to drag out, but it's like a 15-second scene. It's like, that feels like that should have been more of a gut punch emotion or something. So that is some of my negatives. I'm not saying it's a perfect film.
Yeah.
I think Cobra Kai balanced that stuff real well. They didn't get too much into the melodrama, but they gave you enough of that to create emotional bonds.
Yeah. Of course, also the advantage of being a series.
Yeah, they had more time. But again, this movie being at 90 minutes, basically, it's like you could have slowed that down another 30. My worry there is maybe they did. Maybe that was the original movie. But when they had that edit, they're like, it's just not working. Maybe somebody wasn't as good in the role or something. It's like, it's not landing. So they're like, well, we got to trim this up. Something falling off your desk, I think. Somebody probably jumped off. That's fair. So I think that, I was going to add to her point as she walks away, I guess, but so I think maybe the fights being overcut come from that, because at that point, now you have a pacing issue of the fights maybe feeling slower because they're not as cut, not as much of a rhythmic edit as the drama scenes. So I think that might be a systematic. Are we good?
Yeah, he knocked a pile off that he should not have been able to knock off. I don't know.
Aaron is very skilled, especially when it comes to his mouse buddy outside. But did you hear what I was saying?
Yeah.
So I think that might be partially why the fights got overcut. Because when you can kind of follow a fight and see what's going on, it's engaging. It's thrilling. The tournament kind of blink and happens. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, the tournament's one of those things where reality kind of has to go out the window because I'm pretty sure that was highly illegal.
Yeah. I mean, honestly...
Very public, but highly illegal.
They kind of did this, this is just occurring to me, they kind of did this in a way that this could dip its toe into the Fast and Furious universe. I'm not wrong, am I? That's why you're laughing, because it's like, I just now realize it's like, oh, I could totally see one of these, like, Lee running out there and it's like, hey, I don't know, I need a ride to work, and like Dominic Toretto pulls up, it's like, hey kid, I caught you in the 5 boroughs. Let me introduce you to my family. The more I think about that, the more I want that now. Can we please cross the current Karate Kid universe into the Fast and Furious universe? That would be amazing. That would be amazing. He says he wants to take his street level, right? So let's get back to racing and crime in New York, and Lee is there. Jackie Chan still got it, by the way. He didn't have as many physical scenes as I would have maybe hoped for, because, I fucking love Jackie Chan. We're Chan heads. But when he gets his moments...
his chemistry with
Lee
Machio.
or Machio Danielson? Mm-hmm. I liked it. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I thought they worked really well together. And I think they have an opening scene that explains the connections. I know, there was some trickery going on there, but... it worked really well, and right out the gate, you're like, I see how these universes connect, and awesome. I will say this, as non-spoilery as possible. Cobra Kai cameos, don't get too excited. This is its own movie. But definitely make sure you don't leave as soon as the credits start. I wouldn't even call it a mid-credit, but there's something really, really fun a few credits in to the ending.
Yeah.
There's a little bit more of a story. It's not one of I saw a few people get up and leave immediately, but it's one of those things where most people aren't even leaving, so you'll be fine, you'll see it. but you're gonna get some satisfaction out of that. Other than that, you know, don't expect anything huge. Because this is its own movie, and that was the idea. Is they wanted to kick off a new Karate Kid, and that's what they did. But I do think they're hurting themselves by making the marketing all about Jackie Chan and Ralph Macchio, when relatively they're not in it that much. They're in a good chunk. It's not like just they show up for one scene deal.
Yeah.
Like their training stuff is hilarious. I love that.
They are in a good chunk of the back half of the movie.
Yeah, I would say that's very true.
But but early on, it's interesting watching the kid be the masterpiece.
Oh,
Well, yeah.
Yeah. And I love Joshua Jackson. Like, as soon as he popped up for a minute, it's like, is that Pacey? I kind of whispered, is that Pacey? To myself, and Mary's like, yeah.
Thing is, I don't think of him as Pacey. I think of him as, was it John Bishop?
Is that the French guy?
Yeah.
That's what I figured. Fun fact, I'll tell you this quick story because I told them, they didn't know. But Joshua Jackson. So back in the late 90s, you know, I was writing a lot of films. We actually got solicited by Artisan Entertainment, people that put out Blair Witch and stuff. Because, by the way, this is a great lesson for filmmakers and artists in general. Bullshit gets you through the door so fucking good. Don't be an asshole about it. But you can bullshit your way into success. And it's not just in film. Because you have to get solicited. If you don't know this, studios are not, you can't just send a script. They have to ask for you to send that script, or it's just going right in the trash. It's all legal reasons, whatever. So we were able to find their number because it was on public record. I had a friend of mine that was working in some of my movies, call him up and be like, I'm EricButts' business manager or whatever it was, at the time. He's like, and we got this great script we think y'all would want to take a look at, blah, blah. We're based out of North Carolina. And they're like, well, this isn't normally how we do things, but you know what? Okay, we'll solicit it. Send in that script. And we did. So we actually got Artisan to take a look. Doesn't matter. The point being, also in that script, in that era, at that point, I was like, oh, we now have a shot of getting this movie made on a Hollywood level, Hollywood budget. This is like shortly after Dawson's Creek, Urban Legends had happened because Joshua was in that. Scream 2 had happened. And so around that time, I had to start thinking, because, when I write, as most writers do, you're writing yourself into a role. So I was like the main character in this movie, a version of me. And if it had been done with no budget, I would have played him. But I had to start thinking of, well, who would I want to cast? Like, if we could cast somebody, who could play this role? So my surrogate at the time was Joshua Jackson. Which is funny, because now we're still basically the same age. And I see him in this movie, and we certainly grew very differently. But like, he looks like a proper grown-up, and I still look like this. And I'm like, wow, that's so weird. So I don't know, just random fun story. I thought y'all get a kick out of. I get a kick out of. So, anyways, are we good? Are you finally done? Who was your surrogate casting, Mary?
I never had one.
I would have to know you at that age to think of who. I can't think off the top of my head. Honestly, of that era, because I was so in the Donald, the quickest thing, I'm sure I could come up with better, but just off the top of my head, I probably would have done a Katie Holmes. Late 90s Katie Holmes. You as a teenage you.
Maybe, I don't know.
But also, too, another fun story you may not know, like I love Dawson's Creek because I related to Dawson, filmmaker, North Carolina, all that. Me and a couple other friends were fans as well. I was in Chapel Hill, Durham, North Carolina around that time. We actually took a couple weekends and we went down to Wilmington where they film, and like we were checking out the locations and we hung out at the studio. They have like this commissary where people could come off the street and just go eat at this place. And there was a back entrance, and like you were sitting on a deck where you could see into the lot. So they were filming Dawson's Creek. We even signed up to be extras and stuff, background actors. And we got to see a bunch of the cast go out to the food trucks and eat and all of that stuff, which was really neat. But I always loved Kerr Smith, who is like kind of the jock dude from Final Destination. He did a couple other movies. He was one of the few cast members that found out there were some fans just sitting over there, and he actually came over and talked to us all and like shook our hand and stuff. And I thought that was really fucking cool of him. So that was also where I called my job and told them I was sick because they wouldn't let me have that weekend off, and I conveniently got sick, but I needed my paycheck. So I remember laying down in the back seat of my friend's car because I worked with one of my friends, and I had called to give him permission to pick up my paycheck. So on our way to Wilmington, I'm hiding in the back seat from my job that I told I was sick. Minimum wage video store job. It's not like it was earth-shatteringly important. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, fun memories. And then the other guy, his name was Jack. Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. That guy. Yeah, I was just thinking, can I tell that story short? And I can't. Long story short, that was the kind of guy that there was a girl I was interested in who was using me, and they ended up getting together behind each other's backs. And then he tried to laugh about how they were doing this shit behind my back to my other friend that was going on the Dawson. And my other friend, he was my friend. He caused some shit. But anyways, I got an interesting history. Bye. No, bye. Hey, we're in way too good a mood to talk about what we're about to talk about. Andor. The final arc of season 2. The final arc of Andor. The arc of Andor. Andor. Obviously, I loved it. Not as strong as the last arc. Nothing's gonna beat that last arc, but still really strong. With no spoilers. We might go into spoilers, we'll see. But my only complaint is a mild criticism, and it's just the nature of what this was always going to be. And that is, I would say, the end of this arc doesn't quite have the big explosiveness of the end of every other arc this season, because honestly, this is really just kind of putting all the pieces into place and rolling on into Rogue One. So,
Right.
Which I did watch Rogue One after, and it recontextualizes that show in so many ways, and you can watch that movie now as the next Andor arc. It totally works. Jen is just another person he meets along his journey. But I won't go too much into that. She hasn't rewatched Rogue One yet. But how did you feel about it overall, without any specifics?
I enjoyed it. I'm sitting here going like, I know we just watched it. Well, what the fuck happened?
I don't think I can say it without spoilers.
Is this strictly? Are we doing nothing?
All right, we're gonna do spoilers. So I'm giving you a warning. I'm gonna give you a few seconds to click away and do all that stuff. You know, trip on the dog, spill your coffee. You don't have time to wipe it up before you got to hit pause. You can come back to it. You're good. Spoilers. Well, the first story is basically the whole burning of Axis.
Yeah.
Is that the first story?
Yeah. That was the first episode.
Well, yeah, that's right. It's in it. I always feel like that's separate, but that's like towards the middle. Where did we start, though?
Yeah, that whole episode is nothing but his story.
Yeah, it's
their story.
Luthen and Clea. Yeah. And it's fantastic. And like it's a show called Andor, but you don't miss Andor.
Yeah, because I got to the end of the episode, I was like, huh.
But also so much satisfying things in there and heartbreaking stuff in there too. Like, you know, I love how smug Deidre Mero was thinking she had Luthen, but Luthen's always got a way out. I think that's really cool. I liked finding out that Luthen's real name was Sergeant Lear, which is Luthen Riel backwards. So I think that's kind of a fun little tidbit. Their history was fantastic. It was dark. I love their first terrorist strike being on Naboo. I told Mary, she didn't pick up on it. But obviously I didn't pick up on it at first. It wasn't until late into that scene, I was kind of focused on the bridge. And then I look over and saw the buildings and thought, oh, Palpatine's homeworld. Yes, of course.
So casual fan, not gonna get that.
Although I think some casual fans, well, I don't know, if you can notice the buildings and know it's Naboo, I think a lot more casual fans than you think would know that Palpatine is from Naboo, if you think about it, because he is the senator of Naboo in Phantom Menace.
If I knew that, I had completely forgotten.
Yeah, well, you probably haven't watched Phantom Menace since it came out or something, I don't know.
Yeah, I think I've probably seen it since it came out, but it's
Still
been a while. But again, casual fan, I feel like I fall into. Actually, I'm not. I would say I'm slightly more than casual fan.
Yeah.
So that's
because
why
I make you watch stuff so now.
But that's what I'm kind of saying. If I miss it, I don't expect them to get it.
Yeah, fair. And you don't have to. That's one of the things I was talking to her about after we watched is the genius. Some of the genius of Andor is that it does have a lot of little nods and fan service in it, but not in a way where you have to know that. It does deepen it and make it a little more exciting if you do know that. But it doesn't really change the plot or the story per se.
Right.
Kind of like, I didn't know this because I don't speak Arabic or whatever, but the hospital is named after a famous High Republic Jedi. So I can't even remember what the Jedi was, but I thought that was a neat thing to find out. It's like, oh, that's pretty cool, because you would name hospitals after like legendary people and stuff like we do in our world. So I thought that was pretty neat.
Just a quick point. You don't speak Arabic, you just read Arabic.
I don't read Arabic. Yeah.
And it's a 1-to-1 cipher, so if you could actually learn the alphabet, you could read it super easy.
I keep thinking about buying this thing they have in Galaxy's Edge. It's a keychain, and it's an Arabic translator.
Oh, okay.
Like it has the grid of all the letters, and you.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, that could come in handy. But I love this, and Clea having to go. But yeah, the Deidre stuff, and he's like, and when he's still pretending, like they're still pretending to be not enemies, Deidre and Luthen, and he's like, well, at the moment, there's only 2 things of suspect origin in this shop. It's like, oh, he fucking no, he's totally talking about the 2 of them, obviously. And his lines, his speech is so good. It's like the whole universe is waiting to discuss you. I was like, so good. He probably could have picked a better way of suicide. But then again, he might have been limited to what he had. Another fun fact I just learned. Apparently, that is that culture that Dagger comes from is the Kit Fisto culture. And that was because Kit Fisto was like his favorite or his son's favorite character, the guy that Skarsgård that plays Luthen.
Okay.
So that's why it's just a little nod or something like that. I just heard this the other day. But I thought that was really cool. And then, man, seeing Clea was really do her thing through that hospital and make all that work out was fantastic as well. Sad and heartbreaking, but fantastic. And then she pulls the plug, man. And
I have to say, I liked it later on when the Imperials are going to go, what the fuck happened here? Well, we're thinking it's a 3-person team.
and then they start realizing, no, it's just one badass, man. And again, I love that element of fascism you get in the next episode with...
Deidre?
Not Deidre, but the one that was her underling that took her post. I can't think of his name.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, but I like that thing with the hospital administrator, where the hospital, he's like, you can't lock down my hospital. This is my hospital. He's like, arrest him. He's interfering. He's like, yep, that is fascism. That is how that goes, you know? So I thought that was a nice little scene, and his resignation of, you've made your point. You know, I thought, it's fucked up, but it's pretty cool. And, but yeah, I liked them trying to figure all that out. So that was all really neat. And tying in the bombing of the ISB ships or shuttles or whatever with the flashback to the Naboo bombing was really fun.
Yeah.
But then we get into we're kind of into episode 2 now because we're talking about that. So the ISB's, searching, they're arresting Deidre Marrow. You get some great Krennic stuff in the cell and all that stuff. The next 2 episodes, I might be blending some stuff together, remembering what's what. Because now we're definitely back to Andor and his now no Bix frat house of a place with K2SO and the
His buddy from...
Yeah, Melshi, but I was thinking like the Dominoes type game.
Oh.
They're playing that game. That was fun. And some people have said they want to see a story that's just those 836 games playing out or whatever it was. Like, I get it. Alan Tudyk is back with a vengeance as K2SO. He does great work in here. The music starts shifting more to a Rogue One style music. I really appreciated that. More of Yavin. But motherfuckers in the Rebel Alliance leadership shitting on Luthen, just ready to punch some of those a-holes. Mon Mothma probably should have stood up to them a little bit more. But, I mean, just from my own personal taste. I don't think the show needed to be different. I'm just saying, like, that was the feeling I had.
I think she may have been in a situation she's like, I gotta choose my battles here.
Oh, and actually, we kind of forgot how, like, the first episode of this arc kicks off with the whole Lonnie has burned himself because he finds out about the Death Star and he goes to Luthen and has that whole conversation. That was fantastic and heartbreaking, too, like, when it came back. Because he was a good spy. He was on the inside, but also he made the mistake of being like, I'm not going to tell you until you give me passage. And then I don't know why Luthen had to tell him the truth about Yavin, but as soon as he said Yavin, that was Lonnie's death sentence. But that was really fun, kind of throwback to spy movie scenes as well. And then just that like crooked shot overhead of Luthen afterwards, and like just his world's like, oh my god, this is worse than we thought. And then like training the words to Clea and all that stuff was really cool. So now Clea's doing the old analog message. Yeah, there we go. And of course, Willem, now still with his lady from Gorman, and all that stuff was real fun. And again, just Andor being like, I'm gonna go do what I gotta do because I know what's up, and I will follow your rules most of the time, but you are stopping me from doing something very important that will help you, essentially. So I appreciated that, and seeing the U-wing fly over Coruscant and stuff is a real nice treat as well. Something I never would have thought we would get because I loved the U-wing when they introduced that in Rogue One. I'm now my favorite ship. My favorite starfighter ship is probably more the E-wing they introduced in Ahsoka. I just think that's a really cool design for a ship. It's also reminiscent of my all-time favorite ship, which was the LAAT gunship. Sorry. I like Star Wars. Yeah, come on back. Let's talk about it. So yeah, I mean, it was just really good. I really loved it. You got the as Andor was heading off to his mission on Kafrini, you saw the not Jedi but the healer lady kind of giving him this sort of sad look of, there he goes. He's gonna save it all, but he's gonna have to die.
Yeah.
That was neat. Neat. It's very neato. Melshi, having never seen Coruscant and getting that brief little moment of kind of being wowed by it was cool. But man, K2 to the rescue in the hallway and uses that Weasley dude as a shield was so cool.
Yeah.
So cool. And even just his attitude when like the one Imperial on the bridge is like, are you supposed to be here? Or something like that. You have clearance? He's like, no. Just fucking loved that so much. And his boredom, like K2's boredom in the ship, like he's literally sitting there like, you know, and the radios get jammed and everything. It's like, oh,
Oh, that's not good.
yeah. I have done most of the talking. What are some of your things? What you want to talk about? Do I have burger on my face somewhere?
You have like a tiny hair.
Oh, thank you.
I was just catching the light from it. I'm like, that's bothering me.
Good, thank you. It would eventually bother me.
Yeah, no, I forgot how much I love Chorizo. He's just like the most fun thing.
Yeah.
And I did wonder, is this like, I feel like that's the kind of character who's like, how much of that's the writing, how much is to just riffing?
Well, I think it's strong writing with a great performance, giving it that flavor, that flair. Because you could perform those same lines and not be nearly as funny.
Yeah.
You know, so... and of course the visual effects are fantastic as always in all of this. And I love that they continued using the safe house on Coruscant, and now we've seen it like, you know, a year or two later, like progress and be more run down. I think that was really cool.
It was hella run down for just a couple of years.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, they weren't using it. And I think that was meant to show that even Coruscant cracks were even showing on Coruscant, and the like the not as rich districts were being less taken care of. I mean, that's kind of what I took from that. That's what I read from it. I don't know if that was the intention, but that's what I got from it. And I love they had to convince Clea to come to Yavin. And I love that we got to see even more of Yavin. And you start going through the hangar bay with the ships and the music feels more Star Wars-y. I was loving that.
Yeah.
And the thing I didn't notice on my first watch, but I did on this, I really loved, is we listened to the music over the credits all the way through, and they got to do like actual Star Wars themes at the end of that. I somehow missed that before. I was like, oh, this is cool hearing somebody else do actual Star Wars themes, not like versions of it, but... So I really appreciated that. It's happened. I think it's happened a time or two in Star Wars that not John Williams doing it, but it's fairly rare relative to how much stuff they've done. But yeah, I mean, I love how it leads right up into Kafrini, and you know how Drayden, I think.
Drayden.
And I do love how they kept talking about how Merrick is off with Dodonna, because Merrick would have just shot Cassian down coming in so recklessly. So that's the leader of Blue Squadron in Andor. So clearly that was like the head of all the air squad, I guess. That's not the right word for it. I can't think of what I'm trying to say. But I think all those little mentions. Oh, and we got to see crap, now I'm blanking on his name. Raditz, Admiral Raditz, the Mon Cal admiral.
No, Raditz is saying.
Yeah, the same thing. A Mon Cal Saiyan. But yeah, he was aboard, I forget the name of the ship, but one of the Mon Cal cruisers at the end of Rogue One. He's one of the ones that gets away. He's the one that says, Godspeed, rebels. And I just thought it was neat to see him walking around. And that really felt like the holding area for Rise of Resistance in Disney a little bit too. So I was like, and it takes me back to the Mon Cal commander on that journey, whose name I absolutely should know, and it is just totally escaping me right now. I've only ridden that thing like 50 times.
Oh, it's not...
No, it wasn't Akbar.
It looks like
I can hear Finn doing all the dialogue. Racist. Are you saying all Mon Cal look alike? Because that's absolutely not true. Anyways, I thought all that stuff was just so much fun. There's so many neat touches there. I was still trying to spot and see if Chopper's run around base somewhere, but I guess not. So I'm going to have to assume Harris and Dula and everybody was off with Dodonna. Also, I love the Saw Gerrera thing. It's like, we know you're on Jedi. It's like, you do not know where I am. Nuh-uh. I love the nuh-uh energy from Saw in there. It was great.
Dude, we have eyes on you right now, okay?
Yeah.
Just calm the fuck down.
And just the idea too that they realized Gorman was for energy, and Jeddah is for Kyber, and Scarif is where it's based, and all that stuff coming together.
And Gorman was for that mineral.
Well, the energy. That was the energy of the Death Star. The mineral was to power the Death Star.
I thought it was to coat the lenses or some crap like that.
Well, that was the what they were saying. I mean, and that's one of the things it can do. But ultimately, the rebels were claiming that they were saying it's all the energy program's all been a ruse. They need Gorman for powering this weapon, and Kyber out of Jeddah. And all.
So I thought Kyber's what powered it.
No, Kyber was like what focuses. Essentially, the Death Star. You can kind of think of it as a gigantic fucking lightsaber. Like it shoots a lightsaber bolt, because that's kind of what it's doing. It's powering. It's sending all this immense energy through focusing Kyber crystals that. So I thought that was really neat. And getting a nice little look at Jeddah was pretty cool too. And then it was very wonderful at the very end to see, still heartbreaking and sad, but we can all be happy because at the very end of the episode, the most important thing happened.
Okay.
B2 Emo has a friend and he's fine. And I guess Cassian has a kid. I don't know. Spoilers, I told you. But no, honestly, I was so thrilled to see B2 Emo being all right in there. And what a hell of a reveal with Bix. I mean, that even changes what we already saw this season. That, that was also part of her, I'm going to leave. Because if you know that you are about to be a father, you're going to lead this rebellion and they fucking need you. But also heartbreaking that he will never know he was a father. Yeah. And it'll be interesting if they ever do anything with that character and have it show up somehow. Some other
how much money Andor.
Not as much as they spent, but plus it's streaming, so nobody makes money on streaming. But yeah, I thought it was fucking great, and it definitely makes Rogue One sadder and even more interesting than it already was. And I have yet to go back and watch A New Hope with it though, because I do want to get a vibe on some of that again too.
So you did rewatch
Rogue One, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's really cool. Because also one of the things I love across the series is there's like hardly to almost no Jedi stuff at all, right? Like hardly talk about the Force or anything until we start getting into late Andor. And it's kind of neat, you watch the escalation of that element of story from Andor into Rogue One that, at first there's none of it, and then he kind of meets this healer, and then that leads him off on this journey a little bit, and then he's running into these Guardians of the Wills with Chirrut Inway and all that stuff, and like the spirituality starts, and not just for Andor, but then starts playing more into the movie, because at the end of that, now you're up to Vader, and then you're all into the Force with Luke and Vader and A New Hope, like just as watching, not just for the character specific, but watching the show over time, like how the Force, most of the world, the galaxy doesn't know or has no interaction with any of that shit anymore. And a lot of people maybe never did because it's such a huge galaxy, but I like that the story becomes so big that you have to kind of elevate yourself into this high level of story where there's so much more of the mysticism happening that it really never affected people day to day on a ground level. I just think that's kind of really neat how they do that. I also love the scene, Leo, Partagas. I feel like I'm getting close and I'm missing it, but I like they were gonna arrest him. He knew he was fucked. Guy. Yeah, and I like the scene with him and Krennic.
Deidre's boss.
Yeah, but I also like the scene with him and Krennic too, and to find out that Namek's manifesto had been broadcasting through the galaxy more and more for years. I know they must have been Dragon Ball fans, right? There's a Dragon Ball fan in that writer's room for sure. I don't know if there was a room. I know Tony was like the head writer, but I feel like he probably still had help in the scripts, right?
Yeah, because I heard the name Namek come up, I'm like, I know that's not what I think it is.
Same thing with Raditz. Yeah, it's great. I fucking loved it. I'm sorry I did all the talking.
I mean, I don't have a lot to say here, so that's fine. No, I enjoyed it. Again, I'm more of a casual fan. I might be willing to rewatch Rogue One, but honestly, Rogue One is probably one of my least favorite.
She doesn't like war movies, so that one never hit.
And it's not to say that there aren't good parts to it.
Yeah, I mean, I liked it a lot.
But I was just like, okay, I've seen it once. I'm sure I need to see it again.
And I think we need to find a better term for you than, because you definitely are more than a casual. You've seen all of Clone Wars. You've seen all of Rebels. You dress up as a Star Wars character, and we created characters in the park. You've built lightsabers. You've built droids. You're beyond a casual. You're not as hardcore per se.
So what's between casual and hardcore?
A fan? A regular ass fan? Like an actual fan? not a super fan, but I don't know. Comment below. You got suggestions? Nerd's a good one.
It's very broad category.
Well, broads can be nerds too. Did you just power? I'm at protocol droid. You just powered me down. All right. Well, you know there is a switch. It just takes a little while to turn it off, but you can use that switch, and it does shut me up for a bit.
Not that long.
Fair. Fair. All right. Now that I've done all the talking, we're gonna get out of here, and you guys can watch some more vlog because she's now gonna do all the kissing. Wow, that's my nipple. Bye. Unboxing time. Mary's here.
Hello.
I almost tried to say something silly in a joke, and it just would have come off horrible. So I'm glad I didn't. We're gonna do something a little different. The next regular vlogs we're gonna probably be doing like 2 lightsabers back to back, like not in one video, but I'm saying, you know, I kind of like to alternate the lightsabers, and we also have a big toy we might unbox in a vlog, but it might also be its own unboxing. You'll see, but I don't want to spoil any of that because none of the May 4th Disney vlog has come out yet, so we'll start that up after. So I was struggling with, well, what do we want to open today? And I was like, well, I've got 2 more retro game treasures, but I was like, well, we did that in the last one of these. So I finally thought, I've been sitting on these for a minute. I was gonna just make a special video as a thank you to the company and everything, but we're gonna do a couple of horror packs. Make a spooky face. Ooh, there you go. That was not a spooky face, that was a sexy face. So full disclosure, this is not sponsored or anything, but for a long time, and you may recall I was doing the videos and we would review the movies, the last round, they were sending them to me. So that's like as close to a sponsorship as it was. Very friendly people, very friendly with me. Of course, I stopped doing those videos because I just couldn't do them anymore. Didn't have the time to watch the movies. I have filmed some that I never released. Maybe we'll get to that eventually. But I still had 4 more horror packs that I hadn't opened that they sent me for free. So we're gonna open up the January and the February 2024 ones here. Obviously, I'm not gonna have time to like do all the reviews for these right here, but I just kind of want to see what we get. So we're gonna start with the January 2024 horror pack. And if you don't know, it's a subscription, it's a movie subscription site. I guess they still do DVD versions, but they also do Blu-ray versions. You should get 4, occasionally, rarely 5 movies. And one of them should always be an exclusive that they do their own pressing of that at the time of release isn't available anywhere else. And you know, I have a huge collection, so I always got a lot of stuff I had, but it was a good excuse to rewatch a lot of things. So that's what horror pack is, look them up. And then when you open it up, it comes like this. And as usual, I do like to feel in here and figure out where the exclusive is, so it comes out last. And you can't always feel it. So let me just figure out, I'm just gonna do just the tiniest peek at a corner. I'm on the wrong side.
I have this
peek at a corner, okay.
will not behave. I take it behind my ear and it just springs back out.
Well, behave, because we're about to open International Horror Mystery Austin Powers. I'm gonna go first because it'll make sense for how we're gonna pull these. So First up we get, Reborn. Barbara Crampton. All right, this is a winner. Rae-Dawn Chong. I don't know this movie, but Barbara Crampton is always a treat. Rae-Dawn Chong is a name I have not heard in a long time. Michael Parr, I know that name. Oh yeah, that's that guy, right? Maybe, I don't know. Kaylee Gilbert, I don't know. Stunning twist on 70s and 80s horror classics as Surgeons of Horror, 4 stars, check it out. All right, Carrie meets Firestarter. Those movies are already pretty similar. You will be shocked to death. In a seedy Los Angeles hospital, a stillborn girl is brought back to life by an electrical storm and abducted by a morgue attendant. On her 16th birthday, empowered with the gift to manipulate electricity, she escapes her captor and sets out to find her birth mother, leaving a bloody trail of destruction behind her. Directed by Julian Richards. 77 minutes, gotta love that. Unrated. Looking for a year. Not having a lot of, there it is, 2019. So, anyway, cool. Barbara Crampton. I'm always excited about that. I don't think it's her production company. Okay, you get the next one on the top there.
Okay.
Ooh, we got a slip cover.
The Cursed. The creepy and bone-chilling horror gem.
I'm trying to remember if I bought this or not. I wanted to see this. I remember this cover art. I have to see if it's what movie it is, because I know about this. Take her away, boys.
A brutal take on a classic horror monster. A once powerful remote country village is under attack, but by who or what, no one knows. Villagers spread rumors of a cursed land, supernatural forces, and even demonic creatures as the disappearances and killings continue. Pathologist John McBride, played by Boyd Holbrook, arrives to investigate the danger, only to discover something much deeper and more sinister than he could ever have imagined. Bonus feature, behind the scenes of The Cursed.
No, nice. We got runtime. It is rated R. It is looking for a year. It's probably not on the slipcase. We'll come back here. 111 minutes. 2021. It's a little rough. The quality of the slipcase. It's a little rough, but not bad. All right, Mary's gonna ended up doing the special, so I'll pull the one from under the special, and we get. This movie is awesome. Mad Heidi. I
saw that.
Yeah, I don't think I ever bought a physical. I think I got the digital. Yeah, it's like Casper Van Dien is a Nazi, and this chick is like a badass. They fuck with the wrong Swedish chick, and then she goes on an awesome action-packed, gory, silly but great murder vengeance tour. Raven Banner. Yeah, Mad Heidi.
Did you say this one was too bloody for me?
I think
too
so.
gory for me?
I think so. You just messed with the wrong Heidi. Oh, yeah, dude, I loved this movie. In a dystopian Switzerland that has fallen under the fascist rule of the evil cheese tyrant. That's right, because it's all about, like, the cheese production. Casper Van Dien. Heidi, Alice Lucy, lives a pure and simple life in the Swiss Alps. Grandfather Alfoe, David Schofield, does his best to protect Heidi, but her desire for freedom soon lands her in trouble with the dictator's henchmen. When pushed too far, the innocent Heidi transforms into a kick-ass warrior who sets out to liberate her country from the heinous cheese fascists. Mad Heidi is an action-adventure exploitation extravaganza based on the popular children's book character Heidi and the world's first Swissploitation film. Ooh, a director's commentary, behind the scenes, stunt features, original teaser, short teaser, official trailer. That's not a lot. I thought that was a lot of cool stuff, but then it's kind of okay. 92 minutes, 2022. Yeah, man, I'm excited about that. That's a good get. That's a really good get. That was so much fun. It's silly, but it's awesome. All right, Mary, let's pull out the special edition and see if we know what it is.
Bad Dreams. That's an interesting cover.
Oh, it's
Best
gonna
of Nightmares Film Festival 2023.
So I'm assuming it's an anthology.
I would assume so.
They've done that a couple of times in these boxes. I like that. We get a bunch of short films.
Although, again, it's a little dark.
Yeah, they're back to the not great printing and layout.
At least they put a background behind the text.
I need you to tilt it to help with that. Oh god, it's just reflective everywhere.
Yeah,
Never
it
mind.
is.
Sorry.
Nightmares Film Festival sets itself apart from other genre fests by its deep year-round connection to the horror filmmaking community. This collection of films representing the talent and imagination of the 2023 program presents a world-class assembly of the scariest, tensest, and most bizarre films from across the globe. Nightmares Film Festival has continually been named one of the world's top horror film festivals by every major genre outlet. And these films exemplify the outstanding quality of the 2023 festival. 9 short films, all region, audio stereo 2.0.
Yeah. Well, it's short films. People don't splurge typically on those for a surround or whatever. I would, because I have the system and the know-how. Yeah, that's cool. I actually love getting anthology collections of indies. That's very cool.
I think that's AIR on the cover though.
2023 AI was not nearly as prevalent, so I don't know that it would be. I hope not. That's very anti-art. AI art is very anti-art. I don't care if you disagree.
It has that vibe though.
Some AI, like non-generative, non-theft AI, I'm okay with that. There's purpose there. Like if you're feeding it yourself to do things like face replacement, blah blah, I'm okay with that. But keyboard warriors that type a whole bunch of sentences in and be like, look at this art. No, because you can't. And people be like, look how much better this is in AI than this. It's like it couldn't exist if the real thing didn't exist in the first place. And if no one makes real things, then AI can't do shit. Anyways, that was a really strong month, by the way. Mad Heidi and short films, The Curse and Reborn. I'm in. Let's open up February and see if we can move just a little bit quicker because Mary and I still have to do a couple of things and we have a lot of TV to watch. A lot of good TV. And then we'll do the other 2 boxes too. But unlike RGT, I'm not getting these anymore because it wasn't really stacking up for me to pay for it because I was getting so many duplicate movies that I already owned, you know? I think that's fair.
Yeah, you got no duplicates in that run, huh?
I don't think so, unless I did buy Mad Heidi. I don't know if I did a digital or a physical, but still, if I have an extra
I know
one,
you
that's
saw it
cool.
at the movie theater, so.
Oh, I did go to the theater for it. You're right. So I was gonna buy it, and I never got around to buying it. Excellent. So that's a really good run. I think that's gonna be the special edition. Sometimes you can tell by the shrink wrap. No, I got it. No, plus I have a system for it. Yep, it's exactly where I thought it was. I only have to see this much of the corners. That's what I'm doing when I look in there, because then I can see the release number, which I guess we should have showed you, because they number their exclusive releases. This was 91. I should have mentioned that. So that's all I'm doing when I look in there. So again, I'll go first because I know where that one is, so I can dictate what we're doing here.
Okay.
And we get... I never got around to seeing this. I really wanted to see this. This looks like a...
How do you pronounce that title?
Titan.
Okay.
Not Titan. Not, but yeah, no, this is like a lady that falls in love with a car. It's like, it's kind of body horror, tech mech stuff. I've heard good stuff. I'm very excited for this, and I did not ever buy this either, so I'm glad to get this. Twist horror and erotica into something completely new, says Rolling Stone. From the ingenious mind of Julia de Cornell, Raw, which I also never saw but heard great things about. Titan is a feverish and frequently jaw-dropping ride with a titanium plate surgically fused to her skull following a car crash as a child. Car model Alexia embarks on a wild and ultimately unpredictable journey that questions our assumptions about family, identity, and love. Doesn't sound as horrifying as the trailers made it out to be. It's definitely very art film horror. Very... Oh, God, of course I'm blanking on the director. And even the movie. I can picture it in my head, but... It'll come. Help you with this. I know, it'll come back to me, but this looks awesome. I'm really excited for it. 108 minutes, 2021 release. New York Film Festival Q&A with the director and some of the actors is the only bonus feature. I miss proper bonus features. Why do people stop doing proper bonus features? Anyways, that's a good get. That's a real good get. I think there might be an unrated director's cut too, though. Also, I'm going to double check something while she looks at what the next one is.
All right.
To check out my movies app. Just because it might not be in my... Oh, I wanted to see this forever.
Wormwood Apocalypse. Gory, hilarious, whatever Wormwood Apocalypse is, huffing more zombie movies should try it. Or whatever the Wormwood Apocalypse is huffing, more movies should try it. There we go. Let's put that comment in there. That looks interesting. And this is like, do I know that guy?
Yeah, I wonder. No, I don't think none of the people we know would be in something of this quality. Well, that's not true anymore because like we know Onyx and or
Well,
Andrew.
I mean, when I said do I know, I mean like is that actor who I think?
Do you know who? Oh,
Yeah,
got you.
Okay, I'm the person.
Yeah. And nice slip cover and very good shape on that too. So yes.
I don't know how well you can actually read anything.
I don't think this is a sequel. I think there's a sequel to it though.
Reese, or Y-S?
Right? Yeah, I'll go Reese.
Or H-Y-S, I should say. Reese is a soldier and a hunter who lives in the zombie-infested wasteland. His job is to capture civilians and deliver them to what's left of the military and the brutal Surgeon General. When Reese captures a half-zombie, half-human named Grace, he comes to believe that she is the key to ending the apocalypse. With the help of her sister Maxie, he works to free Grace before she is subjected to horrible experiments. Bonus features, director's commentary, Worm Diaries making Wormwood Apocalypse.
I'm sorry, I am killing myself with my absolutely horrible interpretive.
I'm trying to ignore you as much as I can.
Well, I did try to move behind you some, so.
The thing is, I can tell that you are flailing around behind.
2021. Let's see, do we have a runtime? Yes, we do. Tight 98 minutes. Directed by, I can't read it, it's too small. I don't want to take my glasses off. Yeah, man, I've heard really good stuff about this. The production design looks cool, the effects look cool. I know. So again, this is already a killer box just off those two. I'm super excited. Both of these are the kind of box. You know what? Now that I buy so many less movies, like until we get our physical collection sorted, like physically sorted and dealt with, so it's not just a sea of stacks of movies in my dad's house and in this house, and we kind of stopped buying movies in general, except for like huge things like, oh, I must own that. Like Looney Tunes, The Day the Earth Blew Up. Like, yes, I have to own that. But this might actually be a good service for me to pick back up. It really might. So I'm gonna pull the one that's not the special, and let's see what we get. Ooh, this was good. I don't know, I think I did buy this though. I know I saw this in the theater. David Cronenberg's Crimes of the Future. I really like this one. Another good like body horror, some expert Cronenberg, if you like Cronenberg, which not everybody does. You got Viggo Mortensen, you got Kristen Stewart, Leah Seydow, I think it's Seydow, that sounds right. Terrifying, shocking, there will be blood, says the New York Times. As the human species adapts to a synthetic environment, the body undergoes new transformations and mutations. With his partner Caprice, Leah Seydow, Saul Tenser, Viggo Mortensen, celebrity performance artist publicly showcases the metamorphosis of his organs in an avant-garde performances. Timlin, Kristen Stewart, who is great in this, by the way, an investigator for the National Organ Registry, obsessively tracks their movements, which is when a mysterious group is revealed. Their mission to use Saul's notoriety to shed light on the next phase of human evolution. This is the R-rated cut. I'm pretty sure there's an unrated cut. Bonus features, the making of Crimes of the Future in a theatrical trailer, of course directed by David Cronenberg, and it's 107 minutes, and yes, I will look and see if I actually own this physically. I'm sure I did because I saw it in theaters and thought, I want to own that. But that is a great movie. Again, this already right here is a killer fucking triple feature. So it'll probably be a really shitty ending. I'm gonna look at my movies if I did buy Crimes of the Future.
We have Rave, Horror Pack Limited Edition Blu-ray. Feel it spread.
Ooh, what, her legs? That was not okay. I'm sorry.
But again, this y'all need to work on your color balance and whatnot because this is barely readable.
I think what it is it's cheap paper they print on. I think they do not splurge on the higher quality types of paper that would pop the colors more.
Probably.
And I do own Crimes of the Future on Blu-ray. Dad gave it 3 out of 5 stars because he doesn't like these movies like I do.
It's just like, oh look, there's me in the. I can see the. it's going to be one of those infinite.
Yeah.
things.
I will say the design on the back. Did you show it? The layout is much nicer than what we usually see on these.
This is true.
That feels more like a proper layout. And then it's definitely release number 92. Let me see that spine. Let's show them that. Well, because I forgot to show it earlier. 92. All right, take it away, boy. Make her away, toys.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, interpret it, right.
Party, dance, die. The local underground club is shutting down, but not before throwing one last party. Mimi, M-I-M-M-I?
Mimi.
No, that'd be M-I-M-I.
Just call it Mimi.
Fine. Mimi, Isabel Grill of Midsummer, drags her nervous friend Lena Tuval-Jagal from Girls Lost, along with for a night of alcohol, ecstasy, and dancing. But as the night nears its end, more and more of the party goers become affected by a strange infection. As people start to deteriorate in the goriest of ways, Mimi tries to find her way out through the club's neon-lit corridors and dark back rooms. However, surviving the night is only the beginning in this hallucinogenic descent into body horror hell. Features, bonus features.
That's so dumb.
Okay. Audio commentary, Call from the Rave, the music of Svartklubb.
Svartenklubbin.
Making of montage and trailer.
That's a reasonable set of bonus features, honestly. It is not rated. PCM audio, okay. It's not awful, it's just like, really? A very short, tight 72 minutes, hopefully tight. Written and directed by Niels Alatolo. And Dewey has a year, 2020. It looks pretty cool. It looks very neon. I love neon soaked. Like, you know how I feel about the neon soaked of Joe Begos films and stuff. So Which, by the way, there's a new Joe Begos film coming, and it makes me want to. It brought back my desire to buy a 16mm camera
No.
and film on film.
No. It's too expensive.
The camera's not expensive at all.
No, the film.
Film's not bad.
Yes, it is.
But you know the nice thing about shooting on film? You can be a real filmmaker because you have to fucking know what you are trying to accomplish. You can't just...
Fuck around?
Yeah, you can't fix it in post, per se. Which is a dying art in modern filmmaking. Even the best of filmmakers, a lot of them have succumbed to that. It's digital, just roll on everything. Give me 5,000 takes. Give me 5,000 options in editing. It's like old school movies, like the great ones, they fucking knew. They knew what they wanted to make, and then they made it. And that's a dying art that I would like to see people get back to, myself included. Anyways, there's another great horror pack. Yeah, this feels like a really great run of movies. Honestly, they got me thinking, I mean, it's like $25 or something a month, so.
Well, we still have 2 more of these, yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it right away. I'd wait and see what we do with the, but
Yeah.
maybe. Especially if they offered a 4K one. But I guess you don't get as many indies on 4K though, so you couldn't really do it justice. But that's a horror pack. Let us know in the comments if you like this. We can do more of these. Should I resubscribe? I'm not saying I will, just would love to hear your thoughts. This took way longer than I thought. Mary and I have a lot of TV to go watch, and we still got to shoot a couple reviews. So we're gonna let you will have already seen this video. So we're gonna go do that, and then we're gonna watch some more stuff, and I got some really cool shit. I'm in the mood to watch movies tonight, we'll see. Not by the time I get to the bedroom. All right, bye. Oh, pins and Kyber crystals coming up.
Down you the terrace.
Why did I sing it? Hey everybody, unboxings, more unboxing. I set you up for that. You know I was gonna buy some. I was gonna wait till later in the Disney vlog runs, but you know I was gonna buy some. So, spoilers if you don't want to know, but I bought 2 red Kyber crystals.
And we're hoping they're not red.
That's the only Kyber, well, sort of. That's the only Kyber crystals I bought, if you don't count the ones that come with lightsabers, but I won't talk to you about that. We are down to, these are series 2, and we are down to only needing 2, but of course we need 2 of the hardest ones to get. There are 3 very difficult ones to get. What I heard is the black crystal, which is one we need. I heard somebody say it was 1 in 100.
Okay.
I think the cracked red that we also need is even rarer. So I'm gonna end up with a lot of red crystals while we try to complete this set over time. But I'm trying to keep it to just buying like 2 per trip.
Okay.
So I'm gonna get these started. Mary can go first, but I just wanna go ahead and get the plastic off because if anybody gets stabbed by my hand, it should be me. But this is also why I don't.
Don't they have a...
No, these you have to kind of get started, I think.
Let's get it started. Let's get it started.
Aha!
I didn't need a knife.
Aren't you special? We're not special. Well, fine. Do you want to open that one then?
Yeah, sure.
Maybe that was the, because you had the good luck of getting the cracked blue.
All right, you want to go ahead and start then?
Yeah. I'm just getting the rest of the plastic off here. I don't have a good feeling about this. I've got a bad feeling about this. Almost missed how to say it.
Yeah, not this one.
All right. Who'd we get?
The second sister.
Second sister. I don't have that many of the second sister. And again, I have not determined if there's alternate cuts. In the series 1, there were like 3 or 4 different cuts of some of these crystals. So even if you had a certain character, you could still get a different physical. I mean, it's super simple, variation, but at least it made it something. So hopefully we have that going on here. So I'm not like just getting 1,000 of the identical thing. Here comes a Darth Maul, which is not who we need. Psst, it's red. It is Darth Maul. I call it. I'm one with the Force. The Force is with me. It ain't even Shadow Maul yet. Not even gonna bother because you can go back to other videos.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
I'm with the Force. The Force is pissing me off.
Force is really pissing me off. That's right. Cheer it anyway. They didn't give us Cheer it, and well, I guess not. Well, I guess they wouldn't really have their own Kybers.
No.
Maybe series 3 we can get some Acolyte, like a Sol crystal, an Osha crystal. Ooh, a Khmer crystal would be cool. I'm trying to think of like who are some other characters.
So basically a bunch of High Republic characters.
Yeah, what I just said, like, because Acolyte was High Republic era. Jackie. I'm sorry, I'm missing the High Republic right now. All right, well, at least it was 2 different ones, Second Sister and Maul. And I might not get a chance to buy any more until November. They sometimes sell the Kyber crystals online, but it's very rare you ever see the red ones. Damn it, I'm this close. I need a complete set. Ah. Let's do some pins. Disney pins. All right, we have a new set. We have not opened any of these, so we're gonna get at least one pin we do not have. I only bought 2 boxes of these. We'll see if I can still get them in November, unless I find a way to go other times. But now that we have another trip, I guess I've talked about it in this video. Who knows? Which is fine. It's not a complaint. I'm excited. She can vouch. I got way more excited than I thought I would. But anyways, we have these 2025 Disney pins. There's some actually very cool designs in here, which is part of why I did buy these. So we'll come around to them in just a second. I'm going to save that to the very end because it does say 2025. And you know, and we didn't buy the starter set. I didn't buy the starter set.
There's a starter set.
Well, yeah, I usually get like the core, like Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Goofy. Because I think I did the 2024 starter set. We bought some 2024 pins.
Okay.
Because there was like Dumbo and a bunch of stuff.
Oh, yeah,
But I wanted to get some of these 2025s because we've got Cheshire Cat, who I'd love, Tinkerbell, who I'd love, Tigger is fine. You got a Goofy in here. A Kermit would be amazing. A Stitch would be amazing. Simba's fine. Dumbo's fine. But honestly, Kermit is the one I want most. Probably followed by Stitch and Tinkerbell on an equal footing. Then followed by Cheshire Cat. Then Goofy, then Dumbo, then Simba. I think is pretty much my hopeful pecking order. If we got really lucky, we'll end up with 4 different ones here. But you know how our pin unboxings have gone lately. And you know, when the last few times, I've grabbed like from random places and then we end up with like duplicate boxes. So this time I literally grabbed side by side. I got these out of the dark room in Hollywood Studios, I think.
Okay.
I might have got these from the resort. I don't know. I don't think I got a Kermit. I don't know. I can't tell. Why do both of mine feel like the same pin? You can't have the same pin in the same box. You can, but you shouldn't.
Oh, got a Dumbo.
I mean, Dumbo's fine. I just think it's hilarious. The first one she pulls is the one I was like least interested in, or second least interested in. I like the character of Dumbo.
It's cute, but it's just not our thing.
I like the character of Dumbo. I don't like Dumbo the movie. All right, I'll open one of
How about
mine.
Pink Elephants on Parade?
Oh, the pink elephant parts is pretty cool. Who did I? Oh, I got some good luck. My second most wanted Stitch. I got the Regal popcorn bucket, by the way. It's very
You
cool.
want to show them the real
I will while you vamp for a second. I'm very excited about Stitch.
Oh, that's his.
We still need to go see the movie. I know they changed stuff. I haven't opened mine. But yeah, this is slightly flocked too. But I mean, just as a decorative, I mean, look at this guy. It's like a life-size Stitch. He's so adorable. How could I not? Especially with my manager buddy, Will, at Regal. He is a great manager because I wasn't going to buy anything. And then on the way out, he's like, man, did you see that Stitch bucket? I'm like, oh, it does look cool. He's like, yeah, we only got like 12 of them left. I'm like, I wonder what's inside. It does. It's plastic too. It feels like the plug, a small version of the plug you pull out of a piggy bank. Anyways, we never put popcorn in it. It's just a gorgeous decoration.
All right, we got another Stitch.
Hello, Dumbo. I'm actually kind of pissed off about that. Because this motherfucker's gonna be Dumbo.
Does it feel like Dumbo? Can you find a trunk?
Honestly, it might not be Dumbo.
Okay.
But I'm just like, seriously? You know what? I'm gonna figure out who this is. Because I can kind of feel...
Okay, so the 2025 is always going to be on the right-hand side.
Yeah, I feel the 2025 over here. Feel some grooves there. It doesn't come out like Dumbo's head. Oh, although... Actually, it might be Dumbo. Swear to God. Disney, this is how you get me to stop giving you lots of money, because... At least I got a Stitch.
Yeah, it's been really bad lately.
It has. What is our luck lately? Like, there's no way. I guess I just need to maybe pull 2 from the same slot. I don't know. The thing is, they had one unlocked on one thing, one unlocked to the other. So I grabbed both of those. I didn't want to have to find somebody to unlock the... Damn it. At least I got Stitch. I really wanted Kermit and Tinkerbell, though.
Aw.
And I don't know if they'll be selling these by the time I hit November. Just more reason to go down in June for 626 Day.
Really?
It's only like, I would only be leaving 3 weeks from now. What better time to plan all that out after we just spent a bunch on a September awesome trip. I only want to go for 2 nights because I can get a Epcot and a Hollywood after dark or after hours party back to back. And it would be 626 Day. And it would be in the window to get my annual pass Maleficent magnet and this gorgeous Mickey and Minnie romantic annual pass holder t-shirt.
Very expensive magnet t-shirt.
Well, no, the magnet's free.
Yeah, but what you have to pay to get it.
To get there is what she's saying. Or to buy your annual pass. But it's the first one I'm missing and it's so gorgeous. And if I had those 2 days, then I only need 4 days in September to keep the things going and the vlogs. That's pen unboxing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Hannah. Bye.
Bye.
Hey. So, you saw, okay, so I'm in a tropical Caribbean, not Caribbean per se, but cocktail kind of mood reasons. But also you saw when we went to Azur and they had this, like what I was calling kind of a mint pineapple chimichurri chutney, but it's like, apparently it's a no-no, but I don't know. It gave me the idea for doing a pineapple mint mojito, which we've never done. And those do exist. Mary's cat yawning back there. So we're gonna make a pineapple mint mojito. I found a recipe online. You're gonna like this though. One ingredient is 10 fresh mint leaves divided. I've got those ready. When we get into the description, we're gonna muddle mint leaves, sugar, and pineapple in a highball glass. We fill it with all the drinks and blah, 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 and garnish with a pineapple wedge and remaining mint leaves. How many do I muddle? How many do I save for garnish? It does not say. And also, if you're muddling in the mint leaves, why would you have any for garnish? So I might do like 2 for garnish and the rest will muddle in there. Anyways, we got 10 mint leaves divided. I got like a tiny extra one. We're gonna do a tablespoon of white sugar, a tablespoon of chopped fresh pineapple, which I've already done. Ice 6 ounces of pineapple juice, that's exactly a can. 2 fluid ounces of rum, we got some Bacardi White. Splash of club soda, I mean, club soda's fine. And a fresh pineapple wedge for garnishing, which I've already slit in, so we can do it. We're gonna do it in a highball glass. We're gonna muddle mint leaves, sugar, and pineapple in a highball glass. So, let me go ahead and drop this in. I mean, it's not like it has to be perfect. So it's like a little extra pineapple ain't gonna hurt.
So your recipe says the mint leaves, washed and divided. So that's meant to be divided between what you muddle and what you use for garnish. But the fact that it doesn't tell you how to divide it is bad recipe writing.
Welcome to the video, Mary. Good job catching up. I thought I'd get more of a reaction out of you for that. Because that's what I was getting at the very beginning of the video, and I didn't get a reaction from you, and now you bring it up, and then I give you shit for it.
My sinuses are trying to act up.
And I didn't get a reaction there. A tablespoon? It did say tablespoon of sugar, right? That seems like a lot. Where is it? Tablespoon of white sugar. All right. That's this. There we go. That seems like a lot of fucking sugar for one drink.
Does it actually have it spelled out, or is it
It said TB. It said it says tablespoon. 1 tablespoon of white sugar. All right, I'm gonna throw a bunch of these mint leaves in. Let's leave 1.5 tiny ones for garnish. So we're gonna muddle all that together. In a highball glass. What we got? I get that. Make sure you get those mint leaves worked in and get that pineapple juice squishing out and working into the sugar. That's about good, probably. Yeah, I can kind of smell it. I'm a little clogged up, but I can kind of smell that mint coming through. That should be good. And I dripped, but I'll get it. I'll get it now, so don't forget. Okay, fill glace with ice cubes. I'm gonna fill this glace with some ice cubes. We're gonna pour in the pineapple juice and the rum, top of the splash of club soda.
We have.
These are ice cubes, Mary. We need ice cubes.
No, Jesus. Ah, Jeebus.
I tend to expect you to play along with me more, but I know it's late. You're tired.
It's late. I'm tired.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think we're fine with that. Okay. Pineapple juice. Whole can.
That's a lot of pineapple juice.
Yeah, this is gonna be a really sweet version. I'm not sure that this is the best version. I found many recipes. This was the one that hit me up. We want 2 ounces of rum. That's also partially why I did not double this. I was like, I don't need to eat 2 tablespoons of sugar and 12 ounces of pineapple juice.
Look at you showing restraint.
I've got some semblance of fuck off in this. I don't know. All right, splash of club soda.
I give it a generous splash. Make it a little extra fizzy.
It's about all I've got room for, and this is not a super fizzy club soda any longer.
Oh, that might be a mistake.
What? Well, I mean, it just opened like 2 days ago. It has carbonation. It just did not carbonate there for some reason. All right, we're gonna garnish with the pineapple wedge. Let's do the fatter side on the inside here. We're gonna add the mint leaves for garnish. So I got this tiny boy and this big boy here just to make it pretty.
Look at you actually garnishing.
Well, I had the stuff. And then for color, we'll go with the pink one. This does not call for an
I
umbrella.
would call that red.
No, this is pink.
No, those are pink. That's red.
Yeah, it's a pinkish red. This is the same color as the...
No,
oh, it is
it's
red.
not.
Okay, whatever. The red looks good. Oh, now you're awake. Oh, that just kind of broke. It's okay. Maybe we'll go pink after all. Are these just old? There's the thing. I can...
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, it's like stuck.
Oh. Let's try the pink
That-
one. These are fairly old. I don't know. I wouldn't expect the umbrella of all the things to go bad.
Why are you taking the rubber band off?
Why wouldn't I?
The little ones are supposed to help hold your umbrella open.
Oh, well, too bad. Now, if I can just get in here to the thing without breaking all the stuff. Ah, that's better. And we'll garnish right there. We'll also use a purple straw because that's what I thought would look nice. So there is a pineapple mojito. I keep wanting to say a pineapple mint mojito, but mojito indicates mint. Of course, it's not stirred, it's not mixed up. It does not look that pretty, especially with all the muddled shit in the bottom. I mean, by the time you stir it, I'm just gonna give it a little agitation. Not quite a sort of stir. Try not to lose my umbrella.
Did you want to take a picture of it?
I should, you're right.
Did you losing your mint
Yeah,
leaves
the top mint
doing that?
leaves went bye-bye. It's all right, it's got an umbrella and a purple straw.
And a chunk of pineapple.
I'm getting used to my new phone and my new phone's camera. Doesn't look good.
Boy.
Alright, anyways, I got a bunch of photos.
Okay. I guess some.
I saw it. Cute cat. That's good.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this should have been muddled in a fucking shaker and strained. I don't know why they have me do it this way in the glass. Good flavor, though. Not as good in the middle. This should have been shaken in a fucking strainer.
Well, when we get, was it Caprini?
Capriosca.
Caprioscas. They
Or
melt like if
Caprini.
you do like the strawberries and stuff, they melt that into the glass.
I don't know, but you should not be sucking that shit up in your straw. And it's not as well blended as I would like. Like, I think all of this should have been everything except the club soda. They should have muddled that shit in a shaker, put everything else in, 2-3 shakes, strain it out, then splash the club soda. Because that was it was a tasty but unfortunately awkward first sip, and the second sip was lacking a lot of the flavor because you got so much potent mint and pineapple out of the bottom, which I'm still sucking up. I don't want to eat that much raw mint. I don't mind it. It's just like I'm drinking a drink. I'm not eating a salad. The fuck? That recipe had a lot of great reviews. Now I'm like curious, like what the fuck was the reviews on that? Oh, let's go to the website. It has it has 1 4-star review.
You research good.
I researched so good. They say their only complaint is a bit too minty. Honestly, the balance of that is fine. It's how it's put together that's just fucking wrong. Now you're right, you do, when I do a Capriosca, you do muddle the lime and the sugar in the bottom of the glass. But that's just lime and sugar, so I'm not getting like pulpy pineapple and leaves of mint, you know? So that kind of works. Yeah, and honestly, it's not even so much the pulpy pineapple, which maybe I should have been fine diced. It said chopped. Fine diced might have worked better, but again, I think it really just needed to be. And this probably could use a little bit more fresh pineapple, a little less canned. I just keep getting chunks of shit to eat. I'm trying to drink a drink. I'm not trying to eat a fruit salad.
So how pineapple-y is it, flavor-wise?
It's more. I think it's more pineapple-y than mint. But honestly, I'm sitting here thinking it could probably use more mint. I mean, if you want to try it, that's up to you.
I may give it a shot.
Okay.
Then you can laugh at me.
Yeah, when you eat a fruit salad. I mean, there's potential here. This could work. I do think the balance is actually mostly pretty good. Like, the rum's not coming through. Which sometimes is what you want.
Yeah, this would be a pass for me.
But break it down for me. Like, what do you...
It's still very pineapple-y, and there's just enough mint to give it a weird taste. And yeah, I don't think I tasted the rum or anything either. Of course,
Yeah,
with drinks like this, you're not necessarily supposed to taste
exactly.
the alcohol.
That's what I was saying. But that's what I was saying. It could use a bit more mint, and it needs that texture not to be there.
If you suck carefully, you don't suck up anything.
I would probably, honestly, put maybe double the mint into a shaker, muddle that first so you're really working the mint juice out. Then throw in the pineapple with just a light muddling to kind of squeeze the juice out. Then throw in the sugar, the rum, the pineapple juice. Give that a brief shake. Don't overshake like I'm learning I have a problem with. Strain that in. Top with, strain that over ice. Top with club soda. And then boom. This is probably pretty damn good. This iteration, absolutely drinkable. It's not awful by any means. It's good, especially if you love pineapple. But yeah, my biggest complaint is sucking up like the raw fucking mint leaves through the straw.
Okay. Suck about half speed, and you may not get as much stuff.
And it is settling together the more it's sitting, Like it's one of those drinks that needs to sit for a second. Because it had a pretty good pineapple and mint mix. So I do think pineapple and mint is a good flavor combo. It's a profile worth playing with. This iteration of the drink, and honestly, it's not overly sweet, right? I don't think it was overly sweet. With that much sugar, I kind of thought it was going to be a lot sweeter.
I mean, the pineapple can be kind of tart, and also you got the mint in there. That's also
Yeah, I think it balanced pretty well. But I could certainly improve that. And I'm not even a mixologist. Like, I am a chef. I am the wiener king. I am a god of eggs and a burger badass. And I'm also the most modest man in the world.
So modest.
So modest.
So modest.
So modest. All right. All right, we're going to go finish up SmackDown and let Mary go to bed. I thought we had Money in the Bank tomorrow. We don't, so good. Less vlog we have to do. All right. So you may not get Money in the Bank predictions. It'll be too far gone by then. Please, no. Pineapple out. Pineapple
could actually
cobbler.
We could do Money in the Bank predictions in terms of we will know who all the participants are by the end of this show.
No, because there's a whole other Raw, NXT, and SmackDown before Money in the Bank happens.
I thought this was the last round.
Yeah, well, we might know for the one match, but we won't know all the whole card.
Right,
of the event.
that's why I said for the actual Money in the Bank matches. Okay,
I understand, but I'm not sure that would work. What I just said, a pineapple cobbler, maybe. Not sure. I need to learn.
I feel like you can
cobblers.
make almost any fruit into a cobbler.
I don't know. Is pineapple too juicy? I'm not sure you could do a lime cobbler. Ooh, a lime cobbler. Maybe you could. Lemon lime cobbler, Sprite cobbler. Oh, the juices are flowing. I'm not saying those are great ideas, but ideas are flowing. Let's cook. All right, there you have it. Hopefully you enjoyed this awesome vlog. I apparently need to make a longer music bed to make it work, though. It's 2:23 in the morning, and I'm saying goodbye. And because I just did a bunch of gameplays and had computer issues and stuff to edit and schedule and do a whole bunch of stuff, and all I want to do is talk about this new drone and think about the vacation and blah, 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 and look at beautiful pictures of Mary from all our previous vacations, because I'm, like, suddenly extra in love with her again. I mean, I've always been in love with her, you know. I didn't want that to sound bad, but I'm just saying, like, there's something a little extra special going on right now because I'm super excited. So I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to do all that. I hope you've had a good time. Comment below. Let me know. What are y'all thinking? I'm sorry. I'm working on restarting my computer. Geek out with me in the comments. Can't wait to hear what you have to say. If you got tips, whatever. What's your favorite? You ever been to Cancun? What's your favorite adults-only all-inclusive resorts if you do that kind of thing? In case we don't love secrets anymore. Let me know. Can't wait to hear what you have to say. So you can do that. You can also click the thumbs up button. Give me the good old thumb of encouragement, as I do love to be encouraged. And remember that we'll get through this. We will get through this together. I really have to pee. That's also why I'm speeding through this. So, yeah, check out my music. Anywhere you listen to music, look up TheEricButts. Try a couple of songs. Get excited for the new stuff coming soon. Lots of video game Let's Plays, cooking videos, and more. And, of course, filmmaking, because new drone is going to happen, and I'm very excited. All that and more you can follow right here. Go to TheEricButts.com for all your funky butts fun. There's more with the links in the description below, so click that see more button to see more butts. I got to get out of here. It's late. I got a lot still to do, and I don't want to be up too late. So I'm going to do all that. I love y'all. I'll see y'all later. Have a great time. Bye. I do miss Mary's art for Drunken Movie Night. She always did amazing artwork. Yeah, there you go. Bye.